as two F-35C and one F-35B fighter jets from the Navy and Marine Corps conduct tonight's flyover.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets went glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Chicago!
D. Lyles performing the national anthem with a flyover overhead here at Guaranteed Rate Field. The national anthem sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Let's take a look at the baseball board sponsored by Great Clips. For your next haircut, go to Great Clips. It's going to be great. In progress, bottom of the eighth inning. The Rangers all over the Yankees, 9-1 now. Corey Seager with a 3-run home run for Texas. Padres and Marlins are tied at 8. They're in the bottom half of the eighth inning. Jackson Merrill with the game-tying home run for San Diego is 17th. Top of the second inning in Washington, the Angels and Nationals are scoreless. Earlier today in game one of that doubleheader in New York, the Yankees shut out the Rangers 8-0. Jazz Chisholm Jr. went deep for New York, his 19th. The A's a 1-0 victory over the Blue Jays. The Giants beat the Tigers 3-1. Brett Wisely with a 2-run double. The Astros a 5-4 winner over the Red Sox. Yordan Alvarez went deep twice in that game. Here on the South Side, it's time for baseball. Cubs, White Sox, Pat, Ron, next on The Score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done, because Lowe's knows pros.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Get out the tape measure, long gone.
Back in the stands. That ball is gone. A game-winning home run. Can you believe it? This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Benny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Sigler Subaru of Kenosha, Bosch Power Tools, James Hardy Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, Arturo Tires, and by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Guaranteed Rate Field on the south side of Chicago. It's game 2 of this brief 2-game interleague crosstown series between the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It is a gorgeous summer evening here on the south side. Temperature 74, clear skies overhead, virtually no humidity at all. Perfect night for a ball game. The Cubs able to hang on and win the opener last night, a real cliffhanger as it turned out. 7-6 the final. The Cubs now a perfect 3-0 against the White Sox this season. Oddly, all 3 games have been by that exact same 7-6 score. Starting pitchers tonight, left-hander Justin Steele going for the Cubs, right-hander Chris Flexen starting for the White Sox. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. The lineups are sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Cubs have won 3 in a row and 7 of their last 9, playing some of their best baseball of the year. Here's the way they line up tonight. Ian Happ in left field. Michael Busch batting second and playing first base. Seiya Suzuki in right field. The Cubs cleanup hitter is the DH, Cody Bellinger. Isaac Paredes at third base. Batting sixth and playing second base, Nico Horner. Dansby Swanson at shortstop. Pete Crow Armstrong is batting eighth. Armstrong in center field. And Miguel Amaya doing the catching and batting ninth. Those are the Cubs. Here are the White Sox. Lenin Sosa leads off at second base. Luis Robert Jr. in center field. Andrew Benintendi batting third and playing in left field. The cleanup hitter for the White Sox is Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn will play first base. Gavin Sheets, the designated hitter. The number 6 White Sox hitter is third baseman Miguel Vargas. Corey Lee catching. Corey Julks batting eighth and playing in right field. And batting ninth, the Sox shortstop Brooks Baldwin. So there you have the lineups. Sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. The umpires, as assigned by Major League Baseball for this game, David Rackley calling balls and strikes. Larry Vanover, the crew chief, working at first. Nate Tomlinson at second. And Chris Siegel, the third base umpire. The announcement of the umpires, sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. We are ready to go, the Cubs and the White Sox. Back to get it started for you right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
Again, a beautiful night on the south side. 74 degrees, ideal conditions for just about anything you can think of outdoors. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. Cubs occupy the first base dugout wearing their road uniforms, the blue shirts with the gray trousers, the red numbers on their backs, blue hats and helmets, blue sleeves and socks, and a variety of shoe colors. The White Sox wearing their black uniforms tonight, black shirts and trousers, black hats, white numbers on their backs, black or white shoes. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies Blue, Wrigley Field Green, or Marquee Red, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Benjamin Moore, Chris Flexen, the White Sox right-hander, ready to work. And the first pitch of the game to Ian Happ is down low, and away we go. And Ron Coomer, if you were in that Cubs lineup, what would be your plan of attack against Chris Flexen?
Well, here in the early going of this ball game, I personally would be a little patient early in the game and seeing what Flexen is going to try to do. To me, it looks like he really tries to get you to chase out of the zone, and he pitches around the edges of the strike zone. So patience tonight here early in the game.
Happ has not offered on either of the first two regarding patience, and now he swings and fouls it back. It's 2-1. Cubs leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian Happ gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Nice crowd on hand. Happ will take high for ball 3. 3-1. Happ began last night's game, you might recall, with a home run against Garrett Crochet, and the Cubs would hold on to that lead the rest of the game. Here comes the 3-1. Happ takes high, ball 4. There's your patient at bat, Ron.
Yeah, and Flexen's thrown all fastballs so far, and it looks like he throws right over the top. So it's a straight over the top fastball. Looks like he's trying to find that release point. He's missed away, he's missed up, he's missed in, and not a lot of consistency so far with that release point. So he's still searching for it a little bit in the early going.
Zach Zaidman searching for the commercial to read on that base on balls, and here it is. Walks by opposing pitcher, sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Michael Busch will take a strike. Visit northshore.com for more information about North Shore Adult Diapers. Yes, sir. Nice to hear from a satisfied customer as Busch waits for the 0-1 pitch from Flexen, and he will take outside. Flexen is not having a great year by any stretch of your imagination. He is 2-11 with a 5.53 ERA. In his last 16 games started, Ron, he is 0-8 with an ERA of over 6. So it has been a major struggle for him. High for ball 2, 2-1.
Yeah, you look at, his last outing against the Minnesota Twins, an inning and 2/3, he gave up, I want to say 6 earned runs and 8 runs. So it was a struggle for him.
Let's keep an eye on Happ. He's not running, and this pitch is in for a strike. 2-2 on Michael Busch. Busch not in the starting lineup last night, came off the bench and ended up going 1 for 2. Cubs scoring runs of late. And the pitch low and outside, 3-2. Let me ask you, is Happ running on 3-2 here?
I would say no, but, it's really kind of, to me, he hasn't thrown enough strikes, and you really don't want Michael trying to chase. I would say no, but I'm not quite sure about Flexen and his move, and he has been a little inconsistent with how long he's staying in the set. We'll see here in a second.
Happ leads at first, not running. Busch swings and fouls it at the plate to stay alive. It was a high off-speed pitch around letter high. Busch took a mighty swing, and it took a bit out of the catcher Corey Lee. Not sure exactly where it got him.
It looked like got him up top somewhere. It was a backdoor cutter up and out over the plate.
First inning being powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. The pitch to Bush, hit high in the air, a pop fly, shallow center. Baldwin out, Robert Jr. in, and Luis Robert Jr. makes the catch in short center, and it's out number 1. We're just underway. No score first inning with a man at first. 1 down in the batter, Seiya Suzuki.
Another pitch, top of the zone, out away. And Bushy had to cover that pitch and just popped it up. Flexen, not a hard thrower. He's going to pitch, 91, 92 with the fastball. So he's not overpowering. Cutter about 87, 88 miles an hour. He likes to use that pitch. And then the third pitch for him, especially against the lefties, the changeup.
Suzuki takes down low. Flexen just had his 30th birthday on the 1st of July. He's a big man, 6'3", 220. First selected by the Mets back in 2012, so he's been around for a while. And the pitch to Suzuki is a strike on the inside. His best year by far, Ron, was his first full year in the big leagues with Seattle in 2021, and he was one of the better pitchers in the league that season. 14-6 with an ERA of about 3.5. Now Suzuki pokes it foul off to the right, out of play.
Yeah, very good year and very good ballpark to pitch in.
Big yard.
Big yard, big in the middle. Not a great home run hitting park.
Flexen has pitched with the Mets, Mariners, and Rockies. And now the White Sox. Here's a pop fly. This is shallow right. Racing in, Julks. Going out is the second baseman, Sosa, and he makes the catch in short right, and that's out number 2. So both of the last 2 Cubs hitters have popped out. No score first inning with a man at first. It brings up Cody Bellinger.
Belly in last night's game, boy, he was right on the money. He home run, few hits, walk. He was really good last night.
Here's the pitch on the way to Cody, outside for a ball. His return, Ron, especially after he had been back for a few days to kind of get his timing back, that's been, I think, one of the biggest parts of the increase in run scoring for the team of late.
Yeah, I would agree. You've got that, there's consistency to your bats, and spraying the ball around the field. And he's just a threat, right? You make a mistake, and he could put one in the seats at any moment.
He did that last night against the starter, Garrett Crochet, in the first inning. He takes outside, the count 2-0.
Crochet, one of the better left-handers in the league this year. All-star for the White Sox. Big power arm and nasty slider. And Belly took his slider and hit it into the bleachers and right.
Happ at first takes his lead. This ball is outside. Any doubt that he would have the green light here on 3-0?
I would say there's no doubt, but I would be kind of surprised if Belly goes on the attack. I just don't know if you're going to get much to hit against Flexen. What we were saying right at the beginning is kind of playing out. He's not throwing a lot of balls middle of the plate.
He's taking outside for a ball. And Ron, I think it's exactly as you were saying. It looked like he may have indeed had the green light, but he didn't like the pitch and was outside. He just let it go.
Yeah, when you have a 3-0 green light swing, you're looking for your extreme hot spot where you like to hit the ball, and you get the barrel to it, and you're going to do real damage if they throw that ball in that zone.
So 2 walks in the opening inning. Let's see if the Cubs can capitalize. Isak Paredes, the batter, and he'll take down low for a ball. 21 pitches already by Chris Flexen, making his 5th career start against the Cubs. He is 0-1 lifetime. Another off-speed pitch, again down low. He's falling behind in the count regularly in this first inning. And let's see if Paredes can take advantage of the 2-0. Runners lead, first and second. The pitch fouled away. He got a pitch to hammer.
Yeah, he got a high cutter, it looked like to me, and top of the zone. Might have been right at the top of the zone. He put a big swing on it. Boy, if he clicks on that one, that ball goes a long way.
Flexen, born in Newark, California, lives in Florida. He is ready for the 2-1 pitch to Paredes. SOX swings and misses. And the count now 2-2.
Now Paredes is loose now. That last swing, if you weren't, everything's loosened up in the back now because you can't swing much harder than that and stay on your feet.
Runners lead at first and second. No score, top of the first, 2 down. And the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball, center field, playable for Luis Robert Jr., and the inning comes to an end. Flexen works around a couple of walks, gives up no runs. After a half, Cubs nothing, and the White Sox coming up. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done because Lowe's knows pros.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. Left-hander Justin Steele coming off of a very strong performance and a victory against St. Louis last Sunday night at Wrigley. That's the one that allowed the Cubs to take 3 out of 4 in that series. What are some of the keys for Justin Steele tonight, Ron?
Well, I think when you look at Justin's performances throughout the season, it's a lot of the same. You think about command of his fastball, that cutter and angled fastball inside to the righties. And as the game progresses, he's going to start going away. But establishing that fastball inside to the right-handers, that fastball and cutter is the main thing. And he is usually able to do that, and he's usually very successful when he does.
This is the first time he has ever faced the White Sox, as Lenin Sosa fouled away the first pitch. Sosa got into the game last night. It's a ground ball past a diving Bush. It's a base hit to right. Ground ball between the first baseman and the line. Suzuki gets it back in quickly. It's a leadoff single for Lenin Sosa.
Well, that was that fastball inside Sosa. It ties him up, and he just kind of inside outs this ball, but it's actually gets the barrel to this ball and just shoots it past Bush on the right side. So kind of an odd swing, but got the barrel to it and got him a base hit.
Luis Robert Jr., the batter, swings and misses. Luis Robert Jr., you look at his stats, you think these must belong to somebody else.
No, I would agree. He's been banged up a little bit this season. The White Sox are having a rough year, and he's having a rough year.
He was 0 for 5 last night, hitting just .203 with a dozen home runs. and 26 runs batted in. Fourth and final game of the season series between the two teams. Cubs trying to win all four. The pitch to Roberts, swing and a miss. Good sharp slider. And that is out number one. It came in looking pretty good to the right-handed batter, but as he started to swing, the ball dove down and in. And that has sent many guys with their heads down back to the dugout.
Justin does such a good job of getting on top of that breaking ball. And even if it's up, you think you're on it. And then, boy, as you said, it darts in on you and going down. It's a tough pitch to handle.
Andrew Benintendi has been a very hot hitter of late as he takes a strike. No score, bottom of the first. Benintendi hit 2 home runs last night and now has homered in 3 consecutive games. He hits a pop-up foul out of play.
Another good breaking ball there, Pat. Sorry.
I was going to say, even with his hot surge of late, he's hitting only .214. He does have 13 home runs. Lefty to lefty, Justin Steele's pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another pitch that came in looking like it was in a decent spot. And as Benintendi started to swing, the ball took a nosedive down into the dust.
Yeah, that's a very good slider. He's going to throw that slider somewhere in the mid-80s to lower 80s for a velocity, but excellent pitch. Speed Gun, as always, powered by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
It's a very good point, Ron, as Andrew Vaughn will take a strike.
We're going to reiterate that point a few more times, too, today, just in case you were wondering.
Steele, the big left-hander, fires. It's down low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Steele 3-5, but I really think that record is misleading. We've seen every game he's pitched on. He could easily have 8 to 10 wins as well as he's pitched.
Yeah, this is one of the crazy things about this season for the Cubs. Steele just, the first half of the year got no run support and really the defensive support either. He really struggled with runs and team just not playing well behind him defensively. And the team usually plays pretty good defense. It was like his starts, and it was costly for Cubs victories with him on the bump.
Andrew Vaughn takes high. Back-to-back strikeouts in the inning by Justin Steele. Those are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Nice crowd, fans still filing in at Guaranteed Rate Field. This offering missed the inside. Most of the field is in the shade. All of the infield, all of right field and right center. Only some streaks of light with sun coming in through the windows of the upper deck, illuminating part of deep left center field. There's a strike and they count 3-2. I'm a little surprised when I see a cleanup hitter on a 3-1 count take a 3-1 pitch that lands right in the strike zone.
Yeah, especially a fastball. I would agree.
Now the payoff, fouled away, late swing. As a number 4 or 5 hitter, don't you kind of live for those counts, Ron?
Well, you do. You're right. And to me, you go into ball games as an offensive guy, and in particular, the middle of the lineup guys. You're there to do the damage, and you wish you could hit every at bat at 3-1.
Late swing, fouled on the ground right side. No score, bottom of the first.
I'm guessing Vaughn right now is not seeing the ball real well at all against Justin Steele. He has been really tardy, and he took the 3-1 pitch.
I mentioned the streaks of light. Yeah. They are illuminating part of the center field fence right behind the pitcher. Would that be an issue?
It sure could.
3-2 pitch fouled away at the plate.
That could be part of the issue, along with Justin Steele doing a very good job, as we know, of hiding the ball. There's some deception there, and until you hit against the guy, you don't know it until you really get in the box. But you can tell by the swings that we see a lot of big league hitters take against him. And I think he does a very good job of hiding the baseball in his release point.
3-2, the stretch. There goes the runner. The pitch bounced toward third. That's going to be a foul ball. Paredes gloved it, but it was on the other side of the chalk line. Cubs have won 3 in a row. They've won 7 of 9. This is the stretch they've been waiting for, Ron, and now it's just a question of how long can they keep it going.
Yeah, you really do. You know, you're starting to climb back into this race, you know, in that wild card race.
3-2 to Vaughn. Low, that's ball 4. So a single and now a 2-out walk. 2 on, 2 down, no score. And the batter is Gavin Sheets.
Dustin a little frustrated with himself that he made that last pitch. He did not make a real overly competitive pitch. He bounced that breaking ball. If that pitch is a borderline ball strike, you probably get the swing, at least from Vaughn.
Cubs left a couple on in the top of the inning. Now lefty to lefty. Sheets pokes it foul out of play. Gavin the DH. 3 for 4 in last night's series opener. He's got some pop, 7 home runs. The southpaw Justin Steele comes back. Just misses the outside. He wanted that pitch.
That's a good pitch. He's still walking back to the rubber going, where was that one?
David Rackley calling balls and strikes tonight. Runners take their leads. No score. Bottom of the first. Pickoff throw to second. Not in time. Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, took the throw. Before we get too deep into the broadcaster, congratulations to Dansby's wife, Mallory. Scored the only goal in the Olympic gold medal win earlier today for the USA. Women's soccer winning their first medal in 12 years. What a great, great moment for Mallory. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. I always feel like how fortunate a person is to achieve something so glorious. You can always think of that, and it'll bring a smile to your face, Ron, the rest of your life. Wouldn't it?
Absolutely. You think about just being able to compete in the Olympics for your country, you know, and doing that, and then to win a gold medal, but to be on a team sport where you score the only goal in the game. Oh.
On a worldwide stage. The next pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Justin Steele. The Sox do not score. We go to the bottom, or rather the top of inning number 2. 0-0 game. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done because Lowe's knows pros.
Cubs and White Sox scoreless as we get set for the top half of the second inning. The second inning is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free. Huh?
Cubs batting in the second inning, no score. Nico Horner first up. Dansby Swanson on deck, and then Pete Pro Armstrong. Right-hander Chris Flexen walked a couple in the opening inning, but gave up no runs. And here we go, inning number 2. First pitch to Nico in there for a strike. Both Horner and Swanson, the middle infielders, had this amazing string of consecutive errorless games going. It's rather remarkable. Here's a swing and a miss by Nico. Nico at second base, 75 consecutive games without an error. Dansby Swanson, 76 games without an error at shortstop. And Ron, you were a former infielder. You know how much activity there is at second base and shortstop every single game.
It's amazing. It really is, because the plays that you end up having to make are not routine, probably half of them that are very difficult plays. Yeah, and these guys have been doing it at the highest level that you can do it. I mean, it's been pretty remarkable.
Pitch on the way to Nico, and he'll take down low in the count 2-2. Sometimes guys will make errors because they stop a ball with a dive and they have to hurry a throw, and that's what causes some errors. Here's a foul out of play, but not a single throwing error.
Nothing.
Not a dropped pop fly, not a dropped throw on some kind of a double play ball. It's amazing to go almost a half of a big league season for both of your middle infielders. Now, they did make some errors earlier in the year, but not for the last 75 and 76 games, respectively, for Horner and Swanson. Here's a line drive, base hit to right. Kind of a textbook single for Nico Horner, that sharp line drive into right field for a leadoff single.
Well, you love seeing that from Nico. He got, I believe that was a little cutter down and away. Breaking ball, but down and away. He just goes down there and gets it and just hammers that ball into right field. Great swing by Nico.
Here's Dansby Swanson. Dansby needs 1 hit to reach a career milestone. He's got 999 hits. And he's been hitting a lot lately. Last 7 games, hitting .417. He's been a big part of this offensive resurgence. Scoreless game, second inning. Flexen to Swanson. Dansby takes down low, and the count is 1-1. Cubs baseball brought to you in part by Granger. You know the Cubs count on Granger to keep beautiful Wrigley Field running. Throw to first, Horner dives back in to get the products you need. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Horner likes to run. He's got his lead at first. The stretch by Flexen. Horner not going. The pitch taken high by Swanson. At this rate, Ron, Flexen is not going to be around by about the 6th inning. He's already at 34 pitches after 1+ inning.
Yeah, we were talking about that as we were going on, you and I, as the ball game was starting, that he likes to pitch all around the edges of the zone, but not a lot of strikes, and that is exactly what we're seeing. So far in the ball game, he's got 35 pitches thrown. How about this for a ball-strike ratio? 19 balls and only 16 strikes in the game so far.
Not what you're looking for if you're a pitcher. Here comes the pitch to Dansby. Swinging a drive. Left field. Going back is Benintendi. Benintendi makes the catch in deep left field and gets it back in. Oh, when Dansby hit that ball, I thought it would carry a lot farther than it did. Benintendi ran back to the edge of the track and hauled it in. out number 1.
Yeah, it's one of those swings that Dansby takes. You think, wow, he's right on time. The ball jumps off his bat. He had to catch that one off the end of the bat just a little bit to keep it in the ballpark.
Out number 1, here is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete had a good game last night with 3 hits. Left-handed batter looks at a ball down low. Armstrong hitting .215. Pete with 3 home runs. He's driven in 23. Let's see if Nico wants to run during this at-bat. Flexen thinks he might be, and he tosses over to keep him close, Ron.
2 things about the guys running for the Cubs and watching Flexen here early. He's got a good pickoff move. He's quick to first base, a lot like Kyle Hendricks with the right-hander, but he's got a good pickoff move. The other part, though, to that is he's fairly slow to home plate.
Crow Armstrong hits a fly ball to shallow left. Benintendi, the left-handed left fielder, makes a routine catch, and that's out number 2. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Last night, there were 38,000 plus. I see a few empties tonight, but I was misled by that last night. I'm going to say 37,673.
Okay.
Miguel Amaya, right-handed batting catcher, looks at a strike. All of the field now, except for the warning track in deep left center, is in the shade. Just a little bit of sunlight coming through the windows, illuminating that track out in left center. Gorgeous summer night here in Chicago. Amaya checks. Did he go? No swing.
I'm going to say 38,200.
So you're right in that same neighborhood as last night.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of fans that haven't got her yet.
Line drive right center on the run. Robert makes a sliding catch. Luis Robert Jr. has got great skills running down fly balls and line drives in the outfield. Cubs don't score, leave 1 at the end of 1.5. No score, Cubs and White Sox. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
On game days through the end of this month, check out the Motorola Razor Room Ryan Sandberg pop-up exhibit. The space at Gallagher Way features many of Rhino's personal collection of memorabilia from his Hall of Fame career and Motorola's newest devices. All right, I want to play in the attendance game, guys. I'm going to guess 38,000, and our engineer, Ian Kuhn, going with 36,277.
All right, Zach and Ian, thank you for chiming in as we go to the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 game. Miguel Vargas first up, and he takes a strike from Justin Steele, who is ready to go back to work, and here it comes. And that's a called strike 2. Mentioned last night how noisy this ballpark gets. I had forgotten, Ron, but man, when it's a full house like we had last night, it gets loud here. Breaking ball is down low, and it's not the great number of people, only 38,000. We've seen a lot more in other parks than that, but it's the way that the stands are constructed, I believe. They're all very close to the field. And the next pitch dribbled foul. And instead of the fans seated well away from the field, most of the fans are very close to the action. I think that has something to do with the decibel level.
I can tell you, I would agree with you. We should probably ask Ian. He's Mr. Sound Guy for sure.
Ground ball to second and bobbled by Nico Horner. He had a play, made it. Tough decision now for the official scorer. Nico definitely feels like he should have made that play. He got there, but in his haste to make the quick sidearm throw to first, the ball popped out of his glove, and let's see how they rule it.
Now that'll be an error on Nico, I'm sure.
His first error in 76 games. So E4, Corey Lee the batter, and Lee takes a strike.
I'll tell you an old thing that pretty good defensive player many years ago once said, and I remember his comment said, well, you made an error tonight. And you pretty upset about that? He said, no, not really. And they go, why is that? Well, because now I'm probably not going to make one for another 200 games. That guy, Brooks Robinson.
Is that right? He wasn't bragging. That was probably pretty factual.
Yeah, it was true. I think you could say the same thing about the two guys in the middle of the diamond for the Cubs. They don't make many mistakes, that's for sure.
Steele working on Lee. Corey Lee will swing and foul it away. 0-0 game, bottom of inning number 2. Final meeting of the year between the Cubs and the White Sox. An odd Sunday off tomorrow. Very unusual.
What are you going to do with yourself on a Sunday off?
Travel to Cleveland. What else? Here is a swing and a foul back out of play.
Congratulations.
I think you're on that same plane, and I hear Zach in the background. He'll be there.
You know, that downbound train, you know?
Mm-hmm. Is that a Springsteen?
It might be.
And the next pitch down low for a ball. I think Rod Stewart also did downbound train.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ian Kuhn is our engineer. Now, he is one of the official engineers for the Dave Matthews Band, and he is kind of the resident expert regarding songs and artists. Here's a swing and a line drive, base hit to left. Gloving it and getting it back in is Happ. So the White Sox now with something cooking. They've got 2 men on with nobody out. 0-0 game, and the batter is Corey Jelks.
Well, and that's why I was saying just a few minutes ago when we were talking about the noise here at Guaranteed Rate Park, Ian, this is a ballpark that on the field is extremely loud for the players. That's the acoustics of the stands and the way it's set up.
I think it's also the scoreboards. It's a large parabolic dish pointing all the sound back at us.
See, now did that go out on the air?
Uh-huh.
Yep. See, that's what I would have said, Pat.
The parabolic threw me off a little bit. I was thinking that's really interesting until that word came along, and I kind of froze.
I've been fooled by a lot of curveballs. That one takes the cake, right?
Corey Jelks the batter. Jelks bounces it foul. There was just an imprint that I read H-U-H, and I kind of got a little fuzzy for the rest of the sentence, but it was very impressive nonetheless.
It really was. Yeah. And we're going to go with it, too. Yeah, we're going to.
I'm going to try to use that word parabolic. I probably should look it up in the dictionary first. Corey Jelks at the plate, waiting for the 1-1 pitch from Justin Steele. Here it comes. A bouncer slowly toward third, charging, gloving. Paredes goes to second, 1 over to first, and that's not in time. They get the middleman on the 5-4 fielder's choice. Close play at first. Let's see if Craig Counsell and his staff would like to take another look at that play.
Close play at first, but I think it's going to be safe at first. This is a pretty good play by Paredes and a very good turn and pivot by Nico. And, you know, there's a big difference nowadays where the base runner sliding into second is not allowed to take out the second baseman.
Right.
He has to slide right into the bag. So Nico used that bag, uses the bag to protect him a little bit, but is able to get off a great throw. Very nice pivot at second base.
Brooks Baldwin bluffing a bunt, which might surprise his manager, Grady Sizemore, in this situation. First and third, one away. The number 9 hitter hitting .209. I think most skippers would like to see a guy swing away and try to drive in the run.
Yeah, I think so too. The only thing I can think of is that maybe he was thinking he would drag bunt if Paredes was back far enough and try to drag bunt that run in. It's the only thing I can think of.
Parabolically speaking, here's a pitch, fly ball, shallow left center on the run and sliding and dropping the ball is Ian Happ. That's going to be a base hit and a run will score. Happ with a great effort after a long run in shallow left center, lunging to his left, got a glove on the ball, but as he hit the ground, the ball jarred loose. Coming in to score, Miguel Vargas. And Joltz is safe at second. It's a base hit for Baldwin, and the White Sox lead 1-0.
Yeah, it's one of those balls hit that's right in between Pete Crow Armstrong and Ian. Ian lays out for this ball. He's got a chance of catching this ball as he starts his slide. It hits him in the fingers of the glove, like the pinky finger side of the glove, and just never really gets into the glove.
Steele, after an inning and a third, up to 40 pitches as he goes to work on the leadoff batter, Lenine Sosa, low in for a ball. Sosa had a base hit to right his first time. The run is unearned. The error by Horner, allowing Vargas to reach, and Vargas scores the game's first run. Off the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-1.
See a lot of check swings when Justin Steele pitches because of the movement he has in that cutter inside. Larry Vanover's been asked about 5 times already whether a hitter is swung or not.
Swing and a miss. Sharp slider ended up down near the dust. What's on your mind here, Ron?
I like that same pitch. I just think, you know, the White Sox haven't seen that pitch from him much, and he's got a great one. And he's got good command of that slider down and in tonight.
A run in, 2 men on, 1 down, 1-0 Sox. A swing and a miss. And that is strike 3. Good off-speed pitch by Justin Steele, notching his 4th strikeout. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. 2 outs, 2 on, 1-0 Sox. Luis Robert drives one to center deep, but it's playable for Crow Armstrong. Makes the catch going away in deep center to end the inning. 1 run unearned and a couple left at the end of 2. White Sox 1, Cubs nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. and you're feeling thirsty, head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Hey Tinley Park, your new Amazon Fresh grocery store is opening soon. Join us on August 22nd at 8 a.m. for our grand opening event with Amazon.com gift cards for the first 100 people in line, exclusive giveaways, and fun activities. Head to Amazon.com/grocery store opening for info on upcoming store events, this week's deals, and more. Shop savings as far as the aisle can see at your new Amazon Fresh store, opening August 22nd in Tinley Park on South Harlem Avenue.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Top three, 1-0 White Sox over the Cubs. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on the Bernstein and Holmes Show, weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Ian Happ is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Pat?
Let's see if Ian Happ can crank up a rally, Zach, as this third inning gets underway. First pitch strike from Chris Flexen. Ian Happ, born in Pittsburgh. Born back in 1994. Here's the pitch on the way to Ian. Lays off a changeup that drops low and away.
Double play tonight turned by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at Nissan.
Happ had a base on balls to begin the ball game. He swings and fouls it back. And Zach Zaidman looking up the word parabola, which would be the root of parabolic. So
Parabola?
A parabola run. Now, I want you to write this down. I will give you a quiz later. Here's a pitch outside to Ian Happ. A parabola is a plane curve, Plane, and is approximately U-shaped. Personally, I'm more confused now after the definition than I was before.
I was going to say, it's all cleared up for me.
Ian Happ fouls it away. Let's see if he can get on.
Two ice bags for Pat and I's head after that.
And the next pitch, Ian hits a high fly ball to right, but he got under it. Jelks comes in, and he'll make the catch. And that's out number one.
Third inning sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Cubs will be in Cleveland on Monday night to start a 3-game series. Now known as the Guardians, Cleveland got swept by the Minnesota Twins yesterday in a day-night doubleheader. In fact, the Guardians have been swept in 2 doubleheaders in the last 3 days. And their lead over Minnesota is now just a game and a half. Boy, how things can change in a hurry. Fastball is high to Bush, both in the good and the bad.
Yeah, that's right. Minnesota was in town. We were talking to their, people with the Twins, and they, were really looking forward to that series against Cleveland. So far, it's turned out pretty well for the Minnesota Twins.
They're playing a night game in the Twin Cities tonight. One of 10 night games around the big leagues on this late summer Saturday evening. Here's the windup by the right-hander Flexen, and the pitch low and outside for a ball.
And while we bring up the Minnesota Twins, tonight, 2 of my friends are being inducted into the Minnesota Twins Hall of Fame tonight. And they've probably just been inducted, actually, I would assume. Rick Stelmasic, who is from the east side of Chicago.
Driven down the right field line in the corner. The ball is fair and bouncing over the wall. It's a ground rule double for Michael Busch. It jumped right over the wall in the corner above the 335 sign. And let's see if that leads to a rally as Suzuki comes up, Ron.
Nice swing by Busch. He got that inside fastball up and in and hooked it down into the corner for a double. But Rick Stelmasic from the east side of Chicago, over 35 straight years of coaching in the big leagues for the Minnesota Twins. And just a great guy. He was a great friend, passed away a few years back. And my general manager, who I played for the Minnesota Twins, who traded for me to get me into the big leagues, Terry Ryan, both being inducted into the Minnesota Twins Hall of Fame this evening. So congratulations to both of those guys. They were great friends, and congrats.
I have known Terry for a long time, casually, and Rick Stelmasic was a coach on the first big league team I ever worked for, the Minnesota Twins of 1983. Great guy.
You will always laugh when you're around Stelly.
Yeah.
And if you were around him and Puckett at the same time, it's just sheer entertainment. That's all I can say. It was on, and those two would get on each other. Oh, my, it was funny.
Suzuki will hit a pop fly right field side, foul territory. This ball is going to be back out of play. I love your story about Kirby Puckett talking about facing a real hard thrower and imitating the cowardly lion.
Oh, yeah.
What would he say?
Puck would always say to play in this game, you had to have courage to hit against a guy like that.
Just like the cowardly lion.
You'd be facing Randy Johnson. He'd come up to me like very first time you'd face him, and he'd go, "Okay, kid, you're on against the big guy tonight. You courage tonight." You got
swinging a pop-up shallow right, going out. Sosa jolts in. Jolts makes the catch, and that's out number 2. I mean, we're laughing about it, but there's a lot of truth in that.
Oh, all you got to do is stand in there for one pitch. That's all you need to know. And you do need some courage. Stand in there. I'll promise you that.
I know just in amateur ball, facing guys that were maybe throwing 88 miles an hour, not 98 or 100, it took courage.
You get one ball zipped underneath your arms or underneath that jaw at 100 miles an hour, and you will see how,
No thanks.
Yeah, how your body reacts to that. It's a little different.
Was there ever a guy who was wild and a real hard thrower? There was a guy named Armando Benitez.
Yeah, faced him.
Did you face him?
Yeah, with Baltimore.
On a cold night, I saw him throwing one night, 98 miles an hour. The wind chill was like 32 as Bellinger bats. And I thought, that cannot be an easy way to make a living at all.
No, you'd go into Baltimore and you'd watch him pitch, and he'd come into the game, and after every fastball he threw, he would just look up at the scoreboard to see how hard he threw it.
Just to kind of rub it in a little bit.
And he didn't care where it went. He's just worried about how hard it was coming in there. And you'd get a 101 and you'd hear the ooh, and you'd like, okay.
Let's see if Bellinger now can drive in a run. 1-0 on Cody. A man at second, 2 down. The pitch. Bellinger takes a changeup outside. 2-0. The double by Michael Busch is a reminder that all doubles by Cubs batters. Sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. Cubs are trailing 1-0. Top of the third. 2 down. And now Bellinger takes a changeup away, ball 3.
Flexen trying to throw these off-speed pitches in the outside corner. The pitch before that was a good pitch. Lee didn't catch it, and it got called a ball. That last one just missed off the plate away.
This will be his 60th pitch in the first 3 innings. Bellinger takes outside, ball 4. I had the feeling he did not want any part of Cody Bellinger. And he said, I'll take my chances with the guy on deck, Isaac Paredes.
Yeah, he just did not throw a pitch. He threw one backdoor hook that came close, and that was about it. Designated hitters tonight with Belly Just Hitting. They're sponsored by Fireplace Chimney Authority. Visit online or at their Elmhurst or Lisle showrooms.
Let's see if Paredes can come through. There are 2 outs in the inning. Off-speed pitch in for a strike. Bush leads at second, Bellinger at first. Good speed on the base pass. The next offering, off speed and high for a ball, 1-1.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
And the next pitch, low for a ball. Walks by opposing pitcher, sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers, reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com. And to read that took a lot of courage. 2 down, 2 on. And we thank North Shore Adult Diapers. They've been a great sponsor now for a couple of years. Off speed and high for a ball, 3-1. This might be the one to launch right here.
Yeah, and David Rackley's having a tough time back behind home plate with Flexen. He's been all over the place, so there's no real pattern. He threw one pitch right down the middle, didn't get the call. Yeah, and it's just he's having a tough go with some of these pitches.
Down low, ball 4. Now they're loaded. And Nico Horner coming up. And you know what a competitor Nico is. It was his error that allowed the only run unearned to score in the game to this point. You know he would love to atone for that mistake right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Nico 1 for 1 in the ball game. His first at bat, he had a bullet to right for a base hit. Cubs need a big swing of the bat. Nico with a big swing last night. First AB hit one into the White Sox bullpen and straight left for a home run.
Ethan Katz is the pitching coach for the White Sox. He is out conferring with Chris Flexen and the catcher Corey Lee. And the umpire David Rackley says, we have a big crowd here, gentlemen. Let's keep things moving.
Yeah, Flexen now at 65 pitches in the game, Pat, and he is still 35 balls, 30 strikes thrown in this game.
He has now walked 4 batters, and let's see if Horner can make him pay the price for that wildness. 2 outs, bags loaded. Here we go. Pitch to Nico is down low, ball 1. What's the thinking here, Ron?
I think you still got to be patient. I just don't think you look for a certain pitch in a certain zone until you get to 2 strikes. Flexen has been too inconsistent to really be overly aggressive, I think.
Ball 2, 2-0. Now, is part of the thinking, you know he doesn't want to walk in a run, so this next pitch might be right down the middle.
I agree, but I think he was trying to throw a pitch down the middle on the last pitch, and he bounced it in. And it was a fastball.
Now the 2-0 with the bags loaded. Nico will take ball 3 down low. Now he's going to be taking at least 1, I would think. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. That last pitch was close. But once again, Rackley not giving him the close pitches because he's been very inconsistent.
Bases loaded. The 3-0 pitch to Nico Horner is a strike. And now it's 3-1.
Now after that last strike was right down the middle, I would be really gearing up for that same fastball.
Bases full of Cubs. They've got their leads. The pitch. Nico hits a fly ball into right center. Playable for Luis Robert Jr., and the inning is over. Horner hit it hard, but Robert caught it out near the warning track in deep right center, and the Cubs walk away empty-handed as we go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 White Sox on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. and you're feeling thirsty, head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done, because Lowe's knows pros.
The out-of-town scoreboard is fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. After 5 innings of play in Washington, the Angels lead the Nationals 4-2. Zach Neto going deep for Los Angeles, his 17th home run. Paul Goldschmidt, a 2-run shot, his 18th. The Cardinals lead the Royals 2-1, bottom 4 in Kansas City. Top 3 in Minnesota, Guardians 1 and the Twins 0. Stephen Kwan with a leadoff home run. The Reds and Brewers are scoreless. Bottom of the 5th inning in Milwaukee. Top 4. The Orioles, a 4-0 lead over the Rays. Jackson Holiday going deep.
First pitch to Benintendi is in there for a strike. Zach?
Top of the 1st inning, Pat, in Arizona. The Phillies and Diamondbacks are scoreless. Bottom 1 at Coors. No score between the Braves and Rockies.
Lefty to lefty. Check swing on a pitch that breaks down low. 1-1.
The Yankees and Rangers split a doubleheader in New York, Pat. Yankees take game 1, 8-0. The Rangers win game 2 by a final of 9-4.
Inside ball 2, 2-1.
Brent Rooker, a solo shot, the only run of the game as the A's shut out the Blue Jays 1-0. The Giants beat the Tigers 3-1. Brett Wisely, a 2-run double.
Swinging a foul back, 2-2.
Yordan Alvarez went deep twice. Astros beat the Red Sox 5-4. And in 10 innings, the Padres beat the Marlins 9-8.
Thanks to Zach Zaidman for the updates. Zach will be along in the 5th inning to work with Ron Coomer. Our engineer is Ian Kuhn at the controls. We thank you for joining us. Sellout crowd at Guaranteed Rate Field on the south side of Chicago. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Benintendi strikes out for the second time. Strikeout number 5 for Justin Steele. Cubs down by a run, and the batter, Andrew Vaughn.
A good pitch by Justin. He has stayed to the one half of the plate primarily. That's inside to the righties or away from the lefties. That's first one. That two-seater ran in on Benintendi and tied him up.
Vaughn takes a strike. Vaughn had a base on balls back in the first. Homered in last night's game. His 14th of the year. He takes outside for a ball. Vaughn is strong, 6 feet tall, 215 pounds. From Santa Rosa, California. Northern Cal. Here's a swing and a foul off to the right, out of play. Cubs are in this long stretch of interleague games. It's just the way the schedule has worked out. Tonight is game number 5 of 14 straight. Ground ball base hit to right. A 1-out single for Andrew Vaughn. Cubs trail by a run, and the batter is Gavin Sheets.
This little fastball four-seamer away from Vaughn, up and out over the plate. Pretty nice piece of hitting for the big guy. He shoots that one the other way for a base hit.
Cubs have been really a very good interleague team this year. One of the best in baseball, 18-10. The Cubs record against American League competition. Fastball strike to Sheets. And this is game number 5 of what will be 14 straight against the American League. Cubs go to Cleveland for 3 and then come home. Here's a liner foul. 3 against Toronto and 3 against Detroit at Wrigley on the next homestand. Go to CUBS.com for ticket information. Lefty to lefty, Steele coming back 0-2. It's down low to Gavin Sheets. Sheets struck out to end the first inning. Short lead by Vaughn at first, held by Bush. Next offering missing down low.
Sheets, big, strong guy, 6'5", 235 pounds. And he's another one of those guys they were hoping to have a very good offensive year. He's got some power numbers, but only hitting 221 so far this season.
Little looping fly ball to center. It's going to be caught by Pete Crow Armstrong. And that's out number 2. Not the best swing that Gavin Sheets has ever put on a ball. He was a little bit out in front and kind of fooled on the pitch.
Yeah, it was one of them excuse me swings. Like he started and then went, I don't want to swing, and finishes the swing and makes contact.
2 outs, a man at first. Third inning, 1-0 White Sox. Brooks Baldwin's RBI single, the difference in the game so far as Miguel Vargas steps in. Vargas takes low and inside for a ball. Looking at where the Cubs are in the standings, and I check it every single day. We don't talk about it on the air every single day, but you like to know exactly where you are. Cubs, as of this morning, were just 4 games behind the final wild card spot in the league. Bounce to second slowly. Good play by Horner. Quick sidearm throw to first in time. Retires the side. More about this in a moment. White Sox don't score. On to inning number 4. Sox 1, Cubs nothing on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's Sound of Summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done, because Lowe's knows pros.
Getting set for the top half of the 4th inning. It's the White Sox with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. The 4th inning is sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking.
All right, Zach, let's see if the Cubs offense can get on the board in this 4th inning. They trail 1-0. Dansby Swanson, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Miguel Amaya, the bottom of the order coming up. Dansby hit one of the hardest balls against Flexen so far, a deep fly ball Kind of a combination fly ball line drive that the left fielder caught, Benintendi near the track. And now Dansby will hit one foul out of play right side. No more streaks of light on the field. All of the field is in the shade. Still plenty of daylight left. We started earlier than we did last night. The right-hander comes back. Swanson a check swing ground ball to first. Fielded by Vaughn, and he shovels it to the pitcher Flexen for out number one.
I kind of like these earlier starts on Saturday, don't you? I love the Saturday day game that we do at Wrigley, and I loved it when I played in New York for the Yankees. We would play Saturday, Sunday day games. I really do. I always like the weekend day games.
As you notice that, I was looking, I counted 10 scheduled night games on this Saturday around the big leagues as Pete Crow Armstrong pops it up. Shallow center, routine play for Robert Jr. And one center fielder has just flied out to the other, 2 down. And here's Miguel Amaya.
And the pitch clock's powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game. And Pat Parkins and Speed will talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday afternoon from 2 to 6 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. I saw Danny Parkins in the booth the other day. He was in Chicago at Wrigley.
He's got the radiothon.
Yeah, he's coming up.
He's gearing up for great cause, brain cancer research.
What a great story he told, and just, sad, but what he's doing is outstanding. Lost his brother to brain cancer.
Line drive down the left field line. That is a fair ball, skipping into the corner, up against the wall. Miguel Amaya hot-footing it into second with a standing double. Let's see if a 2-out rally can be produced by this Cubs team. Hard hit ball by Amaya.
Yeah, he got that pitch and hammered it down into the corner. One hop the wall, little hanging breaking ball. Those are the balls that if you wait just long enough and you get them elevated, they go a long way. Amaya hooked that ball and hit a line drive bullet. But that one hop the wall in a hurry.
Doubles by Cubs batter, sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. Ian Happ with a chance to drive in the tying run. Takes a strike. Ian with a base on balls and a fly out to right so far, batting left-handed. The next offering, swing and a miss. Overhand breaking ball that time by Flexen, one of the first pitches that looked like that all night long.
Well, he just hasn't had command of it, right? It's been very inconsistent so far for Flexen. And he's let a lot of those pitches go and release high.
Now Happ will swing and miss, strike 3. Happ disgustedly slams down the bat and the helmet. Cubs don't score, leave 1, middle of the 4th inning. White Sox 1, Cubs nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Craig Counsell here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
At Lowe's, we know how to save pros time and money. Save 20% on 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense or Cabot Stain. Plus, save 15% on your choice of 6 or more Purdy items. And get free same-day delivery to the job site when you order by 2 p.m. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 8/21. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See store or Lowe's.com for details. Must be single receipt purchase. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
League Leaders are sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals leads the majors in batting average, hitting .345. Aaron Judge, 41 home runs, 105 runs batted in, both leading the big leagues. And Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds, the stolen base leader, currently with 59. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. We go to the bottom of inning number 4. We thank you for joining us. White Sox lead 1-0. A second inning RBI single by the number 9 hitter Brooks Baldwin has driven in the game's only run. Corey Lee, the catcher, swings and misses. Here comes the 0-1 by Steele, swinging a foul back. It would appear to be a sellout crowd again at Guaranteed Rate Field. I see some Cubby blue all over the park. Here comes the windup and the next pitch. It's taken down low for a ball. Some reminiscing with you, Ron, before the game. I covered the first ever interleague game between these two teams, 1997. Ron Santo was sitting right where you are now, and in between us was the legendary Harry Carey. Here's a liner up the middle, past a diving Horner, a base hit. And it was 1997. The Cubs were not a strong team. That was the year they had the misfortune of beginning the season 0-14. And they played in early June right here in their first ever interleague games. And the Cubs, it was one of those flukes. The Cubs had a great game. Okay. Jamie Navarro pitched, as I recall, and he was effective. Cubs scored a bunch of runs early. Leo Gomez made a great play at third base, as I recall, and Cubs won the game handily. And after every big run-scoring hit, I would hear Harry Carey say, "Listen to that crowd."
No shortage of conversation with those two in the booth with you, I would think.
Always fun. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Line drive to left. That's a base hit. Back-to-back hits now for the White Sox in this inning. A pair of singles, one by Lee, the other by Jotes. So now Justin Steele really has to bear down. I'm looking for the number 9 hitter to lay down a bunt. How about you?
It would not surprise me at all. Cubs infield is going to play in at the corners. Steele looking around at his infielders, and you see Horner playing way in, Bush playing way in.
Here's a bunt attempt toward foul territory and dropping untouched third base line.
So Paredes is going to hold his ground, but he's in on the grass. And that means Steele has the line. Bushy really crashing hard from first. And what they're going to try to do, Baldwin is going to try to get this bunt down and make Paredes come in and field this ball at third base.
Here's a bunt in the air, foul and out of play.
Well, he just got the bat down late trying to bunt that ball. And if you're going to sacrifice it, there's no surprising. You just get the bat barrel out in front of home plate and get it out there. And he was just late getting it out there, almost like he was bunting for a base hit.
Looked like he tried to push it to the right side. The next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Baldwin up there trying to sacrifice, failed to do that, and then strikes out on a good fastball by Justin Steele. 1 down, runners still at first and second. Bottom of the 4th inning, and the batter is Lenin Sosa.
You can believe that Grady Sizemore, the new manager for the Chicago White Sox, in Game 2 of his managerial career. That will be something that'll go in the notes for him, and they'll be working on that here coming up in the next few days. You can believe that. If you're not a good offensive team, you better be able to get bunts down and see the signs and understand situational hitting.
Here comes the 0-1 from Steele to Sosa. Check swing in the dirt. Amaya blocks it skillfully. Sox got their only run in the second inning. They are threatening here in the fourth with runners at first and second and one away. Steele working on the leadoff hitter. Fly ball to right. Playable for Suzuki. He makes the catch. Throws towards second. And it's out number 2. Actually, he was throwing toward third, tagging up from second and going to third. Corey Lee holding at first, Jolks. But now there are 2 down with men at first and third, and the batter, Luis Robert.
See, and that's where the situational hitting comes into play. Now you'd have a man at third, you'd have 2 outs, but you'd have a run in.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, you've just got first and third, and you got 2 outs.
Slight delay looking into the Cubs' first base dugout. Almost as if they were watching some kind of a replay. Did they want to make sure that the guy tagged up legally from second base?
I think they were wondering if he left a little too soon. Yep.
Luis Robert. Nothing for 2. Dangerous right-handed batter. He's always got power. Swings and misses. He has struck out and flied to the warning track in deep center. Runners at first and third. The left-hander Justin Steele ready. And the delivery. Swinging a foul. Late swing. What's on your mind on 0-2?
Boy, I wouldn't throw anything but that. I would stay right in there on his hands. Up and in. That last pitch was in the zone. Up and in. He is not on that pitch at all. He has been way late on those first 2 kind of angled fastballs inside and up.
Runners lead first and third. Quick snap throw, sidearm throw to first, not in time. Lee, the runner at third. Jolks, the runner at first. Horner shading up toward the middle. Swinging a foul third base side. Robert is up there to swing. He never has been one to take a lot of pitches. Young, strong, right-handed batter, slightly open stance. White batting gloves on either hand. The pitch. The runner goes. Check swing. It's down low. No swing. Stolen base for Jolks. Amaya wanted the first base umpire, Larry Vanover, to chime in regarding a swing or a take. It was not a swing. Now men at second and third. And the 1-2. Fouled away, left side.
Another pitch that cutter. Type slider inside on Robert. I think if Justin had his way, he'd want to elevate that ball just a little bit more, get it above the belt inside.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. A high fastball got him. White Sox don't score. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. At the end of 4, White Sox 1, Cubs nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
Deep in the Pacific Ocean, submarines must navigate undersea mountains in total darkness. Kendra 3D prints equipment that guides these vessels safely. Learn about careers in maritime manufacturing at careersbuilttolast.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
Reese's Deli Salads and Side Dishes make good times easy. Reese's, proud sponsor of Good Times.
Luna, what's in your fur? Are those... Oh, fleas.
Oh, fleas is right. Summer's here, and the bugs are at your door. Thankfully, Chewy Autoship is too. Get your flea and tick meds delivered on repeat. Shop now at chewy.com.
Ford Pro FinSimple offers flexible financing solutions for all kinds of businesses, whether you're an electrician or run an organic farm. Because we know that your business demands financing that works when you need it, like when your landscaping company lands a new account. Wherever you see your business headed, Ford Pro FinSimple can help you pursue it with financing solutions today. Get started at fordpro.com/financing.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Sabin with you. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Getting set for the top half of the fifth inning here at Guaranteed Rate Field. White Sox leading the Cubs 1-0. And there's a new man on the mound to begin the fifth inning for the Sox. Left-hander Jared Schuster takes over for the starter Chris Flexen. Bush, Suzuki, and Bellinger due up for the Cubs here in their half of the fifth inning. The Potawatomi Casino Hotel fifth inning. Light up your senses. Michael Bush stands in. Left-handed batter against the lefty Schuster. And the first pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count. Bush 1 for 2 with a double in the third. Schuster rocks back. High leg kick and pitch. Now that's low for a ball. So 1-1 the count. Schuster is 1-2 this season with a 4.47 ERA in 26 games. The pitch is a called strike. A sinking fastball at the knees. Scoreboard says the count's 0-2. I believe 1-2 is the actual count. Schuster delivers. Here's the pitch. Called. Strike 3. Fastball belt high. Bush doesn't like the call. 1 away.
Pitch right up the top of the zone. Wish he thought that pitch was high. A couple of them. He wasn't real keen on that pitch, about chest high. That pitch is up. There's no doubt.
Seiya Suzuki at the plate, and he looks at a strike. A slider that nips the outside portion of the plate for a strike. 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The pitch up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Seiya's 0 for 2 tonight. Brooks Baldwin, White Sox shortstop, with an RBI single in the second. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2-1. Chris Flexen went the first 4 innings for the White Sox. Did not allow a run on 3 hits. Here's the pitch. Suzuki swings and hits a pop fly right side, giving chase. Jolks the right fielder in foul territory. He has a play and makes the catch right near the sidewall. 2 away.
Yeah, it's funny what a difference 24 hours will make. You get Crochet on the bump, who is the only all-star for the White Sox and one of the elite left-handers in the game right now. And, you know, having a great year, and the Cubs just smoked them. They swung the bats exceptionally well against them and hit the ball all over the park, home runs. Tonight, Flexen, who's really been struggling. Now, he didn't pitch great. He escaped a lot of big innings, but he did escape. And he's only given up 3 hits. He gave up 3 hits and no runs.
Cody Bellinger at the plate looks at a ball low. So the count now 1-1 to the Cubs cleanup man. DHing tonight. He's walked twice. Left-handed batter against the lefty Schuster, who works his motion and delivers the pitch up high. 2-1. Cubs right in the heart of their lineup. Sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book a low fare today at southwest.com. Bellinger waits. The 2-1. Spins into the zone for a strike, a slider from Schuster. 2-2.
Belly kind of shocked with that last pitch. Wow, it was a strike. He got a good pitch to hit. He was taking all the way.
The next pitch is a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Bellinger continues to hit left-handed pitching very, very well.
That's an abbreviated little short swing, just trying to put the ball in play. And he hits it back through the middle, just to the pull side of second base. You know, second baseman playing way around the pull, and he just rolls that one up the middle for a base hit. So Belly's been on 3 times today.
So 2 away, Bellinger at first. Isaac Paredes at the plate. He swings and drills one deep down the left field line. It'll one hop off the wall. Bellinger on his way to third, being waved home by Willie Harris. And he's going to come in and score. The cutoff man, Baldwin, lost track of Bellinger. He caught the ball, and I don't think he realized Bellinger had turned the corner. Paredes ends up at second base, and the Cubs tie up the game. 1-1, Cubs and White Sox here in the 5th. What a strange play.
This is one of those plays where you don't have a double cut. Baldwin goes out for this relay in the short left field. And, maybe it gets back to the noise factor where he couldn't hear anybody. But as the cutoff guy, you've got to kind of have your body kind of lined up, your shoulders pointing towards home as that pitch just a little low to Nico. So you've got to be able to kind of have your head on a swivel looking to see what Bellinger's doing. I think he felt like they were just going to hold Belly. Bellinger was just rounding third, and the ball was almost in Baldwin's hands.
Nico swings, and it's a high fly ball down the left field line, foul territory. Baldwin giving chase, but it hits off the netting for a strike. So the count 1-1.
Well, it's one of those things. If the White Sox play just a game of catch from left field to shortstop to the catcher, Belly's 85 feet from home plate when Baldwin gets the ball in short left field. And he ends up scoring.
1-1 game. Paredes at second base. Here's the pitch to Horner. Bounced in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Lee. So Paredes stays at second base. The count now 2-1. RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. After the ribby double by Paredes. Now the 2-1. Nico swings and pops one in the air down the right field line. Foul out of play.
That play or not play was so egregious. Vargas, when Baldwin didn't throw the ball home, put his glove on the top of his head with his other hand. Like, oh my, what happened? But for Vargas, he's got to kind of look in the mirror too and be a little bit of the helper in screaming, home, 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 and he obviously did not.
The 2-2. Nico grounds one foul in front of the protective fencing along the third base dugout. Count remains 2-2. Nico's 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the second, flied out to center in the third. Right-handed batter against the lefty Schuster. High leg kick and pitch, and a line drive hit to center field. Now angling toward right center. It's Robert who makes the catch for out number 3. But the Cubs tie up the ball game. Weird play, but an RBI double for Isaac Paredes. 1-1 Cubs and White Sox as we head to the last of the 5th. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Moving day means you're in for a big transition. CubeSmart makes self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, we put the focus on you. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
Luna, what's in your fur? Are those? Oh, fleas.
Oh, fleas is right. Summertime is here, and the biting bugs are at your door. Thankfully, Chewy AutoShip is too. With Chewy AutoShip, your pet's flea and tick meds get delivered on repeat, so you never miss a dose. You'll save a ton and get easy, ongoing protection shipped to your door all summer long. Shop now at Chewy.com.
On Friday, August 16th, the Cubs take on the Blue Jays at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 5,500 early arriving fans of the Budweiser bleachers, 21 and older, will receive a mesh tank presented by Budweiser. Purchase tickets at cubs.com/tickets. Last of the fifth here at Guaranteed Rate Field. It's the Cubs and White Sox tied at 1. The Sox struck first in the second on an RBI single by Brooks Baldwin. And the Cubs tied it up in the top half of this frame on an RBI double to the left field corner by Isaac Paredes. 1-1 Cubs and Sox as we begin the bottom of the fifth inning. Andrew Benintendi will step to the plate. He struck out twice tonight against Justin Steele, who's still going. Steele delivers, and the first pitch is fouled back just below us, out of play. I saw Coombs stick out his left hand, which means there was a very realistic possibility it might have landed in our booth.
We were getting close. That's the left-handers are the ones that are going to hit it here.
Ground ball to second, fielded by Nico. Sidearm throw to first in time to get Benintendi one away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
They're looking at it in the Cubs dugout. Willie Harris going, yeah, I sent him. I knew what they were doing. And Bentley's going, I was going to be dead. It's going to be out at the plate.
The batter now, Andrew Vaughn. Here's the pitch. It's up high. 1-0 the count. You know, lost in all of that, I think it's safe to say that Bellinger's hamstring is 100%.
Yeah, he was flying around third base. There's no doubt.
Vaughn fouls one away off to the right out of play. 1-1. Vaughn walked in the first, singled in the third. He's the cleanup man for the White Sox. Powerful right-handed batter. The pitch, a swing and a miss at a breaking ball from Steele. 1-2. And a reminder that the pitching change in the top half of this fifth inning, all opponent pitching changes sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. The 1-2. Vaughn hits a pop-up, shallow right. Coming in, Suzuki. He makes the catch. 2 away.
The good backdoor hook by Steele, and Vaughn just popped that ball up the right. You just get, as a right-handed hitter, you just get so locked in on the ball inside to you, and then you see a pitch out and away, and then you got to cover it, and you're just not prepared for that, and you just hit a little flare to right.
Gavin Sheets at the plate, pulls one on the ground, foul off to the right. 0-1. And still just a wacky play in the top half of the fifth inning. Cody Bellinger had singled with 2 away. Isaac Paredes was at the plate. Here's the 0-1 to Sheets. Fouled out of play, second deck off to the left. So Sheets in the hole 0-2. Paredes smoked one down the left field line, a one-hop double off the wall. It was fielded cleanly by the left fielder Benintendi. He threw to the cutoff man, the shortstop Baldwin, right on the edge of the outfield grass. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 3. But Baldwin just held the ball as Bellinger had all the time in the world to score, and that ended up tying the game. 1-1, Cubs and White Sox, as we head to the sixth inning. On the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every home run and double play is called by Pat and Ron on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
There's a mountain range 800 feet below the surface of the Pacific Ocean that submarines must navigate in total darkness. Thousands of miles away, Kendra builds equipment that guides these vessels safely. 2 years ago, She didn't even know there were mountains underwater. Career path upgraded. Learn more about careers in maritime manufacturing at careersbuilttolast.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done because Lowe's knows pros.
Dansby Swanson is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. And guys, today's Woodman's home run hitting contestant is Lenny Finstrom from North Aurora, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $250. If a Northsider hits a home run this inning, you can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Lenny. Today's Woodman's home run hitting contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Pat?
Zach, thank you. And we move to inning number 6. Dansby Swanson swings and fouls it at the plate. Game tied at 1. White Sox 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Cubs 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. The Sox run unearned. Swanson takes a changeup down low from the left-hander. Schuster has made 22 pitches now as he misfires high and away. Approaching the twilight hour here on the south side. What a gorgeous summer evening it's been. And a good ball game. Swanson pokes it foul out of play. Ron, we've said it many times. It doesn't matter really what the records are. You know these games are going to be competitive regardless of the standings.
Yeah, we
always.
Well, you said it right at the beginning of the broadcast. The 3 games that we've played against the White Sox this season, the final scores have been
7-6, which is odd in itself. It's not the most common final score.
Right.
I would be more willing to believe maybe all of them were 4-3 or 3-2. 7-6, a lot of runs.
Right.
But the Cubs have prevailed 3 times in a row. Right now, they're trying to snap a 1-1 tie in this 6th inning. Schuster's pitch. Swanson takes outside. 3-2 on Dansby.
Well, in last night's game, the Cubs were up 7-0 early in the ball game, and then all of a sudden, you know, first 4 innings were all Cubs. The next 4 innings were all White Sox, and now you're battling right at the end of the ball game.
Line drive, base hit, left center field. Over to pick it up is Robert Jr., and it's a leadoff single for Dansby Swanson. Career base hit number 1,000 for Dansby.
I think they're going to collect the baseball, so congratulations to Dansby. He with hit number 1,000. That is a big deal.
Quite a day for his family.
I would say so.
His wife, Mallory, scored the only goal in a 1-0 win in the Olympic final against Brazil earlier today for USA to win the gold medal. And if that wasn't enough, here's Pete Crow Armstrong now batting and taking inside. He was bluffing a bunt. And now the husband, Dansby, with career base hit number 1,000. Something tells me they'll remember this day.
I would say so. Yeah, I would think so.
For Armstrong, 0-for-2. Hits a little pop fly, shallow center. Luis Robert racing in and makes a sliding catch. What a play. Great athletic ability. Robert came in, slid feet first, and then made the catch with the glove right on the ground. Excellent play. That's out number 1.
I was not sure how he was going to go after this ball. I knew he was going to have to leave his feet, but he just goes into a regular slide with the glove out in front of him and makes a very nice catch. One center fielder robbing the other.
Here's Miguel Amaya, game tied at 1. We're in the 6th inning. Swanson, a good base runner, not moving, and the pitch down low for ball 1. Miguel Amaya, the native of Herrera, Panama. He has lined out and doubled. Schuster will chase Swanson back to the bag at first.
I'll see if Dansby takes off here. Schuster gave him the B pickoff move. That wasn't the A move yet.
Jared Schuster ready and deals. Amaya pops it up, right side, playable for the right fielder. Julks over near the line, makes the catch in shallow right, 2 down. And before we continue, let's pause 10 for station ID. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on the Bernstein and Holmes Show, weekdays 10 a.m. until 2 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Ian Happ batting right-handed, facing the lefty Schuster. And Ian takes outside for ball 1. Swanson led off the inning with a single. He has remained at first as Crow Armstrong was robbed of a hit by a good play by the center fielder Robert Jr. And now Amaya has popped out to shallow right. Pitch on the way to Ian is low and inside. Now it's 2-0. This should be a pitch that's pretty good to hit, I would think.
Yeah, I would go with you there. If I were Ian, I'd pick one side of the plate or the other with a certain speed, and I'd be on that pitch. Ball really flying here tonight, even though it's not shown that so far.
Happ looking at a strike. 2-1.
Ian taking all the way on 2-0.
Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Here comes the 2-1 from Schuster. Happ takes way outside.
Well, now, to me, the way I would approach this pitch, you got a tie ball game. The pitch he threw on 2-0 would be what I would expect on 3-1.
Same thing?
Same thing. I would be set up for that pitch. And a little fading fastball, I'd be aiming towards right center field.
Swanson not running. Happ swings at a changeup, doesn't get it. Now traveling time for Dansby. It's a tie game, 1-1. We're in the 6th inning.
Pat, I do like, though, that he sold out on a certain pitch, right? You're looking to do damage. He was set up for the fastball, got the changeup.
There goes Dansby. The pitch, fly ball, left center field, playable for Luis Robert Jr., and the inning is over. Happ retired on the fly ball. Cubs don't score, leave 1, middle of inning number 6. Cubs 1, White Sox 1. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Ian Happ here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo. Your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
Noah starts his day in a high-tech facility that houses the world's most advanced manufacturing equipment. 5 years ago, he was stressed over a passenger's 1-star review. Now, He builds communication systems used on aircraft carriers thousands of miles out at sea, which, yeah, is kind of a promotion. Learn more about careers in maritime manufacturing at careersbuilttolast.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Triplite Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Triplite by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplite.
The out-of-town scoreboard is fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. On the board, a whole bunch of games. Bottom of the 8th inning now in Washington. The Angels and Nationals are tied at 4. Cardinals and Royals are even at 2. They're in the last of the 7th inning in Kansas City. Freddie Fermin with an RBI single to even things up for KC. The Guardians lead the Twins 2-1. Now bottom of the 6th inning. Stephen Quanah leadoff shot for Cleveland.
Miguel Vargas first up for these White Sox here, Zach, against Justin Steele. What else you got?
The Brewers strike first. They're on top of the Reds 1-0 now in the bottom half of the 8th inning in Milwaukee. Top of the 6th inning, the Orioles lead the Rays 4-3. Jackson Holiday with a solo shot, number 5 on the year for him. Diamondbacks lead the Phillies 2-0. Top 3, Ketel Marte with a solo shot. He's got 30 home runs.
Justin Steele missing inside to Vargas. The count 2-1. What else you got?
The Rockies' Sam Hilliard with a 3-run home run. They lead the Braves 3-1. Top half of the 3rd inning at Coors.
Another pitch off the inside corner. 3-1 to Vargas.
Finals on the board. The Yankees and Rangers split a doubleheader in New York. New York wins game 1 8-0. Texas game 2 9-4.
Fouled away, count full 3-2.
The A's shut out the Blue Jays 1-0. Brent Rooker, a home run for the only run in that game. Number 29 on the year for him. Giants a 3-1 winner over the Tigers. The Astros beat the Red Sox 5-4. Yordan Alvarez with 2 home runs. And the Padres beat the Marlins 9-8 in 10 innings.
Zach, thanks for your fine work as always. Steele missing outside for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to Miguel Vargas. The game is tied at 1. If you're just joining us, maybe you were out for dinner earlier and you're in your car and heading back to your residence. The White Sox scored an unearned run in the 2nd inning. Miguel Vargas reaching on a rare error by Nico Horner, his first error in 76 games. Here's a fly ball to right. Pretty well hit, but very playable for Suzuki. That's out number 1. Vargas retreats to first as Corey Lee is retired. But anyway, after Vargas reached, eventually he would score on a single by Brooks Baldwin that made the run unearned, and it stayed 1-0 until the 5th when the Cubs got even with 2 outs. Bellinger singled and scored on a double by Isaac Paredes. And that's where we are, tied at 1. 6th inning. Corey Julks takes high ball 1. This is going to be another huge crowd. I don't see any empty seats as we look around. Pop fly, easy play, shallow center. Horner's going to make the grab, and that's out number 2. 2 gone. Brooks Baldwin coming up. First out in the inning brought to you by Xfinity. Ron, I bet you probably realize by this time that you can stream sports with Xfinity, and there's a very good reason why.
Why is that?
Because very good acting, by the way. It's excellent. Because it's only live once. That would be the simplest answer.
Really?
I could go more into detail, but I don't think I really want to. Here's the pitch outside for a ball.
Maybe you could do it on Zach's postgame show. You could stick around and do some of that on the postgame.
It's nice to have options, isn't it? Well, make me an offer. Here's a pitch inside for a ball on Baldwin.
Be careful. There's that guy, Mitch Rosen, that I'm sure is listening. He might.
2 down, a man at first. Game tied at 1. Beautiful summer night on the south side. And the pitch popped up, foul, might be playable. Over near the stands is Paredes. Does he have room? Yes, with a nice backhanded catch. And the umpire snuck in behind the tarp. I've not seen that play. Nice move by Chris Siegel. The umpire almost dove into the stands himself. No runs, no hits. An umpire almost diving into the stands and one left. We go to the 7th inning. Cubs 1, White Sox 1. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's sound of summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
Looking for a tequila that puts tradition above trends? Raise a glass of Lunazul. Lunazul tequila is made with 100% Blue Weber agave and no extras. No celebrity endorsements, no vanilla additives. Just real, authentic flavor that's sure to make a statement. Because great tequila speaks for itself. And those who know, look to Luna. Lunazul Tequila, Bardstown, Kentucky. 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely. Drink wisely.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
White Sox with a new right-handed pitcher by the name of Justin Anderson. Opponent's pitching changes. Those are always brought to you by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Here we go, 7th inning, tie game, getting late. Sun starting to set. In fact, it has set. We are now at the tail end of twilight here in Guaranteed Rate Field. Anderson's next pitch. Michael Busch lays off. And the count now 1-1 on Michael. He'll be followed by Suzuki and Bellinger. Busch 1 for 3 with a double. Here's the pitch. Down low. Now, Ron, you played in many games like this. It's tied. You're getting to the late innings. A guy with power like yourself, are you thinking more about a long ball?
Absolutely. In this ballpark in particular. And you're not necessarily thinking pull because the ball carries everywhere here.
Outside, 3-1.
But the thing that you would do is you would just really concentrate, like on a count like this, to move your contact point just up in front of home plate just a little bit and try to drive it right over the 400-foot mark.
Busch swings and misses. That was a power stroke, but he came up empty.
Anderson made a pretty good pitch. That probably not a strike, just off the plate away.
Cubs baseball brought to you in part by Volvo. They sponsor the 7th inning stretch. The Volvo plug-in hybrid vehicles. Busch takes low and inside, and that's going to be ball 4. Sometimes a walk is as good as a hit. Let's see if this base on balls begins a Cubs rally as Suzuki comes up.
Now good at bat for Michael. I like that he was aggressive and looking to do damage when he got a fastball and then did not chase that last 3-2 pitch inside.
Talked about Volvo electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more. Suzuki will take a strike. Seiya has flied out to right 3 different times in this game. Cubs 1, White Sox 1. Top of inning number 7, each team with 6 hits. Bush not running. Suzuki takes a strike. Seiya with a lot of movement with his feet as that pitch was arriving. He's waiting now for the 0-2 from Anderson. And he pops it up, shallow right, angling out Sosa. Easy play for the second baseman. And that's out number 1. So Suzuki is 0 for 4. So he has flied to right 3 times and popped out to the second baseman once. Here is Bellinger. Cody could give the Cubs the lead with 1 swing. Time called by the home plate umpire, David Rackley.
I think he gave Belly time. Belly has that pad on his hand in his batting glove on that left hand where he broke his finger, and sometimes that gets a little out of whack. And
strike 1 to Bellinger.
Gets a quick timeout.
Cubs baseball brought to you by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Bellinger with a walk and a single scored the only run for the Cubs. And he swings and misses at a change. 0-2. Some good downward movement on that pitch.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Vesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Short lead by Bush. Bellinger bounces one off the glove of the pitcher. He will go to first with it in time. Safe at second is Bush. Cubs got a little bit of a break. Had he gloved it cleanly, they certainly would have had a chance at the lead runner.
Yeah, depending on how hard this ball goes, up the middle, do you just get the force at second, or is it actually a double play ball?
Could be.
So the Cubs really do get a break, as you said, Pat, on that play by Anderson deflecting it. And then he actually made a nice play of recovering and getting the out at first base.
Isaac Paredes drove in the first Cubs run. He will take a strike. He's got a chance to give the Cubs their first lead of this game right now. 2 down, a man at second. Plenty of Cub fans here ready to make some noise. Time called at the plate. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Outfield deep and straight away against Paredes. Right-hander to right-hander. Anderson fires. Outside for a ball.
But there's a big gap in right center field. See Robert playing about 1 step to the pull side. And now that I say that, maybe they heard me. Chokes moving towards right center field.
Paredes looks at a ball down low, and they count 2-1. Ball game on the line. Cubs trying to sweep the 2-game series. Hung on to win last night. Trying to come from behind tonight. Paredes will swing and miss. Tried to hold up on a low breaking ball. Couldn't do it. And now it's 2-2. Now, do you change your stroke a little?
Well, you got to be aware of that slider because Anderson is throwing him, and he's got pretty good command of it. That one, Paredes way out in front of that last one.
Swinging a foul back. He was fortunate to make contact. The pitch looked like it was breaking low and away against him.
Anderson doing a pretty good job against the righties. I don't think the right-handed hitters are picking up his breaking ball or the fastball very well. I think Suzuki had the same issue.
Tie game, 2 down, 7th inning. Paredes hits a high fly ball, shallow left center. Benintendi is there, makes the catch. And the Cubs squander the leadoff base on balls. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time for the stretch. Cubs 1, White Sox 1 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Catch every moment of every game all season long on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Reese's ready-to-serve deli salads and ready-to-heat side dishes make good times easy. Crowd pleasers like Reese's deviled egg potato salad and macaroni and cheese are full of flavor and quick and easy to serve. Reese's, proud sponsor of good times.
Lowe's knows the feeling of finishing a kitchen renovation strong. That's why we stock the high-quality appliances pros look for from brands like Amana. When you need them, we've got them in stock and ready to deliver. Plus, Amana appliances fit most standard kitchen layouts. That means less stress for you and more time to get the job done right. Shop in-store or online today because Lowe's knows pros.
All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Huh?
Porter Hodge, the new pitcher for the Cubs. Big, tall, long-legged right-hander. Pitching changes by the Cubs. Sponsored by James Hardy Building Products. Siding with the Cubs. Another strong outing for Justin Steele, Ron.
Yeah, it really was. He had everything going pretty well for him. Unfortunately for Justin, once again, he's going to get a no decision in this ball game, right? You're 1-1. Pitched 6 strong innings for the Cubs. Just not a lot of run support tonight with 1 run on 6 hits.
Lenin Sosa, the leadoff batter, swings and misses at a high hard one. Luis Robert Jr. on deck, and then Andrew Benintendi. A 1-1 tie. Here's the pitch to Sosa. Low and outside for a ball. This date in baseball history, 1944. You talk about an unusual game. There's a bouncer towards second, scooped up by Horner. He'll throw to first in time. Sosa is out, number 1. First out, sponsored by Xfinity. You can stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. The Boston Braves had a pitcher by the name of Red Barrett. On this date, 1944, in a game against Cincinnati, pitched a complete game run. Guess how many pitches he threw in 9 innings? It's a big league game we're talking about.
Okay.
It was a record low for a 9-inning game. So that
low
indicates it was very unusual.
So 85?
Would you believe 56 pitches to pitch a 9-inning game in the major leagues? Swinging a foul off to the right out of play. No
56?
strikeouts, no walks, 2 singles. He faced 2 men over the minimum, and he averaged 2 pitches per plate appearance for the entire game.
Oh, wow.
What control he must have had.
That's pretty amazing.
Red Barrett, this date, 1944.
56, huh?
It's almost one of those you'd have to see it to really believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Luis Robert Jr. laces it foul down the left field line and back out of play.
I wouldn't mind seeing a 56-game complete game. Would you?
Well, you'd get out of your working situation earlier than you normally would, right?
It would be a quick game. There's no doubt about that. The time of game, what was it, 40 minutes?
It was. Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, there we go.
As I say, thanks for asking. Swing and a miss by Luis Robert Jr. Strikeout for Porter Hodge. 2 down. An hour and 15 minutes.
Wow. How about that?
Now, I saw Greg Maddux pitch a complete game. I want to say he made like 88 pitches. You've seen Kyle Hendricks
absolutely
throw about 85 to 88 88 or 89 before, 9 innings. But this guy pitched a complete game with 56 pitches. It just, I had to share that one with you. This game is tied at 1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 2 down. Here's the line drive. Diving catch by Nico Horner. He took a base hit away from Andrew Benintendi. That ball was intended to go into right field before Nico made a diving snag. Great play. We go to the 8th inning. Cubs 1, Sox 1. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Justin Steele here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Looking for a tequila that puts tradition above trends? Raise a glass of Lunazul. Lunazul tequila is made with 100% Blue Weber agave and no extras. No celebrity endorsements, no vanilla additives. Just real, authentic flavor that's sure to make a statement. Because great tequila speaks for itself. And those who know, look to Luna. Lunazul Tequila, Bardstown, Kentucky. 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely. Drink wisely.
Noah starts his day in a high-tech facility that houses the world's most advanced manufacturing equipment. 5 years ago, he was stressed over a passenger's 1-star review. Now, he builds communication systems used on aircraft carriers thousands of miles out at sea, which, is kind of a promotion. Learn more about careers in maritime manufacturing at careersbuilttolast.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardie Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardie has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardie.com today to request more information.
1-1 here, guaranteed rate field, top of the 8th inning, and this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Cubs coming up, tie game, 8th inning. Cubs trying to sweep the 2-game series, and they're trying to sweep the 4-game season series against the White Sox. As Nico Horner will lead it off. Horner 1 for 3. Chad Kuhl, the former Pirate, is now doing the pitching for the White Sox. And the first pitch on the way to Nico, taken high for ball 1. It's another sellout, 38,341. That's the attendance tonight in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Nico will take a strike. Ron Coomer, the closest. I believe you were the closest last evening as well. You were very close, only off by 141. The Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Another quality start by Justin Steele as Kuhl misses outside. Justin will have no decision. And the next offering, Horner takes inside, 3-1. He'd gladly take a base on balls right here. Quality starts by Cubs pitchers, brought to you by Benjamin Moore. See quality come to life with Benjamin Moore paints. Nico takes outside, ball 4. Benjamin Moore paints in 3,500 colors. Visit BenjaminMoore.com for a location near you. Leadoff walk. Let's see if that leads to bigger and better things.
Now you got to see if Nico's going to take off. So he ended the last inning with a great diving catch. Now he walks to start this inning.
Swanson 1 for 3. Dansby will take a strike. There's a huge hole on the right side.
Yeah, if I were Dansby, you took the first pitch. I got to believe Nico's going to be off and running. Chad Kuhl is slow to the plate. Nico should get a good jump at first.
He's got his lead. He's not going. Swanson takes up and in. And they count 1-1 on Dansby. Ball game tied at 1. We're in the 8th inning. Another nail biter between these two teams. What else is new? Way outside, it's 2-1.
First breaking ball Cool has thrown. 2-1. Great count to run on. It would not surprise you if they throw over here with Nico.
Chad Cool ready and fires. Fastball strike. And the count now 2-2. Dansby questioning David Rackley on that last call. It looked pretty good, actually.
Yeah, a little two-seamer. Started out away and came back. I'm really surprised Nico hasn't taken off yet.
Now time called. Cubs' only run came in the 5th inning. An RBI double by Isak Paredes, driving in Cody Bellinger. The Sox got their run unearned way back in the 2nd. Horner leading at first. And a toss over to chase him back. Outfield deep. And they're kind of spread out. Both gaps pretty wide open for Dansby right now. Horner is running. And the pitch chopped slowly toward third. Going to be a tough play. That's going to be a base hit. A swinging bunt single for Dansby Swanson. Safe at second, Nico Horner. Cubs now with 2 men on and nobody out.
Now Nico takes off. He had a good jump. Dansby hits this little breaking ball away and just dribbles it up the third base line. Really couldn't roll it out there any better. No play for anybody. And now with Carl Armstrong at the plate, you got to be thinking he's going to be looking to bunt here with nobody out and 2 men on here in the 8th.
Corner infielders, Ron, are shallow, as you say that.
Now for Pete Carl Armstrong, you really want to bunt this ball at the third baseman, Vargas, and make him field this bunt.
He's around a bunt. Bunts toward third. It's rolling foul. Exactly as you predicted and suggested, Ron. He bunted it toward third, but pushed it foul. And the count is 0-1. Same thing?
Same thing. Absolutely. Yeah, and nowadays in the big leagues, teams don't have bunt plays. So they don't have the wheel play where the third baseman crashes and the shortstop tries to go to third base to try to get that force. So because of that, that's why the bunt is so important, from Pete Crow Armstrong to try to make Vargas come in and field that bunt.
Runners take their leads, first and second, nobody out. 8th inning, ball game tied, 1-1. Crow Armstrong showing bunt. Bunts toward third, beautiful bunt. The throw goes to first base in time. Excellent execution by Pete Crow Armstrong. He'll get all kinds of congratulations. And the first base dugout, the ball got away, but I think time had been called. So 3 White Sox scrambling after the loose ball over by the third baseline, but time had been called. Runners advance to second and third on the bunt, 1 away. And now the batter, Miguel Amaya.
Well, you really can't do it much better than Pete Crow Armstrong just did. Yeah, we've seen 2 sacrifice bunt attempts today. One that the bunter for the White Sox trying to bunt and looked like he was late getting the bat out in front of home plate. Pete Crow Armstrong's literally sacrificing the bat, getting the bat out where you should, and just rolling that ball towards third. Excellent job by Pete Crow Armstrong to get that sacrifice bunt out.
Bunts by Cubs batter, sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Visit online or their Elmhurst and Lyle showrooms. Now the Sox infield forced to come in all the way around the infield. Amaya at the plate, second and third, 1 down. What's the thinking here, Ron?
You're looking for something up and out over the plate to elevate this ball over the infield. They're pulled in. You got to drive this ball to center field.
Amaya bunting and fouls it away. The squeeze was on.
How about that?
Nico Horner racing down the line at third. Nico quickly with a conversation with Willie Harris, the third base coach. Amaya with a double in 3 trips. Ball game tied at 1, 8th inning. Second and third for the Cubs, 1 away. Swinging a foul back. Now, if you're cool, you're thinking strikeout. If you're Amaya, you've got to put the ball in play. Infield in all the way around. Swanson can get a huge lead at second. Here's a curveball outside. You don't have to worry about the shortstop sneaking in behind you because he's playing in. You can see exactly where he is.
Yeah, any ground ball through the infield, Dansby should score with his lead at second base.
And the next pitch. A line drive, left field, base hit. One run is in. Here comes Swanson. He scores. 2-run single, Miguel Amaya. Cubs lead 3-1.
Big swing of the bat for Amaya. He gets a two-seamer inside. He just muscles this ball out over the infield. Benintendi, no chance of any kind of play, fielding this ball in the air, catching it, or making a throw to the plate. Big 2-run single for Amaya, second hit of the ballgame.
Cubs have their first lead of the game. 3-1, still only one away. Here's Ian Happ, and he'll take outside. 2-run single by Miguel Amaya. I'm trying to think, Ron. I can't think of a bigger hit that he's ever had in a Cub uniform.
Yeah, that's a big swing of the bat for the Cubs. There's no doubt.
And the pitch to Happ is outside on the corner for a strike. Ian didn't like that call. Both Nico Horner and Dansby Swanson scoring on the soft single to left by Miguel Amaya. RBIs by Cubs batters. Sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Base hit up the middle. Almost took a bite out of the leg of second base umpire Tomlinson. And look at Amaya racing to third safely. Sharp single is centered by Ian Happ. Cubs now thinking about some insurance runs. Leading 3-1. First and third, one away from Michael Busch.
Well, Ian gets a pitch up and out over the plate. He hammers this ball. Tomlinson, I thought this was going to take his knees out. Fortunate for the Cubs, he gets out of the way. And that ball goes through. But safe at the plate, sponsored by Granger. Think safety, think Granger.
That's going to be all for Chad Kuhl. We'll take a timeout. Pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Cubs 3, White Sox 1. We're in the 8th inning. Back with more after this on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. James Hardy also knows how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. James Hardy, siding with your home team. Visit jameshardy.com to request more information today.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Dominic Leone, a right-hander, the new man on the mound for the White Sox, inheriting runners at first and third. One away, 2 runs in the bank. Cubs lead 3-1. And the batter, Michael Busch. The at our best moment of the game handed to me by Zach Zaidman. I think we saw it on the 2-run single by Miguel Amaya. Best moment of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. When things are at their worst, we're at our best. Loyola Medicine. Michael Busch batting. Dominic Leone pitching. First and third for the Cubs. Swing and a smash. That's going to be foul. Foul past a diving first baseman, Vaughn. I was waiting for it, Ron, to maybe hit the bag and jump up into the air, but it just missed the corner of the first base bag.
I think the Cubs are aiming at the umpires in this inning. Tomlinson almost got smoked by the last line drive Ian hit. And now Larry Vanover had to do the old 1-2 step over there at first to get out of the way of that one.
It almost knocked one of the R's out of Larry, so And now Bush waiting. Infield in. Bush with a double and a walk. The pitch to Michael. A little bit low and outside. It's one of those innings, and these are very pleasant to see. They really don't happen all that often. Every single batter has done his job in the inning. You love to see that.
Yeah, and I'm this inning and the runs, you got to go over there and tip your hat to Pete Crow Armstrong with the great sacrifice bunt.
Swinging a foul back. That was a key play. But Horner walked to lead off. Swanson battled and had the infield hit. Then the sacrifice you alluded to. Amaya came through with a huge clutch 2-run single. And now Happ has had a base hit. Cubs leading 3-1 here in the 8th. See if Bush can drive in a run. The pitch by Leon, time called. A long stretch, and finally Bush said, timeout.
A lot of pitchers, what they try to do is they try to get set early, and then they hold the ball with the pitch count. And they can hold it all the way up, right up until it gets to 0. And it forces the hitter to hold there frozen in that set position. It creates a lot of tension for the hitter.
Bush was swinging, fouled it back, had a good rip that time. The catch of the game, Zach is advocating, and I totally agree. The diving catch by Nico Horner earlier. Catch of the game sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Catch Fair Fever at the Iowa State Fair going on right now through August 18. Plan your best days ever at iowastatefair.org. Make sure you sample the butter. Now the right-hander ready in the pitch. Bush, broken bat, ground ball to second. The throw home, and out at the plate is Amaya. The Cubs might challenge the call. The second baseman, Sosa, probably had a chance for a double play. Elected to throw home, and out is the call on the field. Let's see if the Cubs do challenge, Ron.
Yeah, this is one of those plays. It's pretty close. I am really surprised. The White Sox made a decision to play the middle infield halfway, so you had a shot at 2. And Sosa just did not. He just looked at home and threw home. And that was a ball that, it's a one-hopper to the second baseman. But they did get the out at the plate.
No challenge. 2 down, runners at first and second. Suzuki the batter. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Let me ask you this now. Just going back to amateur days. When I would see a broken bat, it would distract you slightly.
Yep, agreed.
And it might shake your concentration just enough to make the wrong decision of where to throw the ball.
Yeah, that very well could be. And the edge of the bat, because it was hit off the end in that cupped part as Suzuki swung and took that one for a ball, actually. But half of the barrel of the bat went towards the second baseman also. So that's a good point.
Cubs leading 3-1, 2 outs, 2 on, 2 in. Pitch to Suzuki, a swing and a miss.
The big thing here is if Suzuki gets a base hit and drives in a run, you had a shot at a double play. You didn't take that shot.
Yeah.
So another hitter comes to the plate. I'd love to see Saya just sell out and try to hit this ball to right field. He's probably going to get another breaking ball here in the zone to hit.
He's 0 for 4. He swings and misses, and he's 0 for 5. But the Cubs scored twice. Clutch 2-run single by Miguel Amaya. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 3, White Sox 1. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo. your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Deep in the Pacific Ocean, submarines must navigate undersea mountains in total darkness. Kendra 3D prints equipment that guides these vessels safely. Learn about careers in maritime manufacturing at careersbuilttolast.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
Something amazing is happening. Data is powering insights and innovation. Network security has cyber attacks playing defense. Devices are improving the quality of work and the quality of life. That's what happens when you partner with CDW. Our experts help you get the most from your technology. We work with you to plan it, build it at scale, and manage it, so you can do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com.
Wednesday, August 21st is Irish Heritage Night at Wrigley Field. Fans who purchase tickets at cubs.com/specials will receive a limited edition Cubs and Irish flag cap. Huh?
All right, Zach, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs with a 3-1 lead. Jorge Lopez, the right-hander, is the new man on the mound for the Cubs. It's up to the bullpen to shut the door and close this thing out. It's never quite as easy as it should be when these two teams play. Let's see what happens tonight. Andrew Vaughn will lead off the 8th inning for the White Sox. Getting back to the catch of the game, we already did that. Sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Made the butter reference. Also time for the Toast Teas. Toast of the game presented by Benny's Beverage Depot and named by Ron Coomer. Normally in the 9th inning, he makes that designation.
So the Toast Teas goes right with the Butter Cow?
Pretty much.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
We were also listening to you tell us about some of the great moments of your career. I think Zach had the question about milestones. Fly ball to right, caught by Suzuki, 1 down. Cubs lead 3-1. And you said there were 3 milestones that you fondly recall.
Well, the question was asked to Zach, right?
Yeah, by our good friend, Tom Thayer.
Yeah.
He asked, how many milestone baseballs do you have in your collection, Coon?
Yeah. And I said 3.
Gavin Sheets, the batter, takes a strike, and the 3 would be?
My very first hit in the big leagues. My first home run.
Who'd you hit that against?
Big, tall lefty. I can't quite remember his name. Long hair. I remember that.
Kind of a snarling.
About 6'10". Yeah. About 6'10".
Randy Johnson is his name.
Yeah, big unit.
Hall of Famer Randy Johnson.
First home run off Randy. And then I caught the final out of the 99 All-Star game. And I kept that baseball.
I would have thought you might have given that one to Stan Musial. Here's a swing and a foul off to the left out of play.
That's a good story. During the pregame, when Ted Williams threw out the first pitch, we were all in a kind of a group around Ted trying to say hi to him. And as I was backing away, as Pat is referencing, I might have. Don't they say allegedly?
I think definitely. Here's a ground ball to third. Paredes has no play. Infield single for Gavin Sheets. A bouncer right down the third base line. Paredes was playing about 30 feet off the line, ran over, just had no angle to set himself and make the throw.
Yeah, it's one of them swinging chopper bunt type hits. Base hit, but backing away from the big group of the All-Century team and both American and National League teams, I stepped backing up on Stan Musial's foot. In my cleats, no less.
Did you hear him moan in pain? It's kind of a personal question. Here's a pitch inside for a ball, 1-0.
I hopped up immediately and turned around, and who's in front of me but Stan Williams, Stan Musial, and Lou Brock.
Did Lou say, thanks for not stepping on me?
Well, I know Stan was very happy I got up quick, and still, I've never been accused of being light on my feet, but I was then. And I said, I'm sorry, Mr. Musial. And he goes, I'm good, Ron. And he knew who I was. And I was
swinging a foul back. He immediately invested in the podiatry profession.
Well,
and pedicurists.
And steel toe shoes. But all I'll say is I thought the coolest thing of the whole Stan Musial knew who I was. I was just in shock.
Not as much as he was. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's taken inside by Miguel Vargas.
He wasn't skipping around after, probably.
One away and a man at first. Cubs lead 3-1, bottom of the 8th inning. Stan the man. What a nice man he was.
Oh, he really was.
Vargas takes inside. Not what you want to do. That's ball 4. Now there are 2 men on with 1 away, and the batter Corey Lee. So the tying run at first. You just can't walk people in a spot like this. Anything but.
Yeah, Lopez missed the inside corner a few times and has that 3-quarter delivery and the ball just running off the plate inside. Well, now you'd really like to see a ground ball to shorter third, see if he can turn a pair against Lee.
Cubs leading 3-1. Here's a swing and a miss. Good sharp breaking ball by Lopez.
Well, you just walk the guy, give up a hit, walk the guy, and then you swing it. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt.
The set for the 0-1 from Lopez. Swing and a miss. 0-2. What pitch are you thinking here?
Throw another breaking ball. You haven't thrown a strike yet with it. Really haven't come close with a breaking ball yet. Lee swung at both of them.
Cubs got 2 in the top of this 8th inning to take a 3-1 lead. There was 1 away in the bottom half with men at first and second. The stretch and the delivery. Came back with the bender. This time Lee lays off. Corey Julks on deck. Big crowd kind of quiet all of a sudden. The tall, long-legged right-hander Lopez fires. Bouncer foul toward third. Do it again. No game tomorrow. The Cubs will be in Cleveland for a series with the Guardians starting on Monday night. Right-hander to right-hander. The pitch by Lopez. Just outside for a ball. Didn't miss by much.
That hook just missed the outside corner. Borderline pitch.
Infielders looking for a ground ball, something they can turn. And the 2-2. Swinging a dribbler foul at the plate. We'll do it again.
Well, I love that pitch selection. After all the sliders he's thrown, then he goes to the 2-seamer inside, and he just shatters the bat of Lee. This ball hits Lee just barely above his thumbs and just breaks the bat in half.
Cubs looking for their 4th straight win, trying to make it 8 of their last 10 as they try to stay hot. Had that excellent homestand going 5-2 against the Cardinals and Minnesota, 2 pretty good teams. Trying to sweep the 2 here. It's never easy here, and I mean almost never. Lopez preparing now for the 2-2 delivery. Lee swings and misses, strike 3. Lee ended up swinging at 3 pitches out of the strike zone, and down he goes.
Yeah, and if you include the 2-seamer inside that he broke his bat on and fouled it off, he did not swing at a strike in that at-bat. After a walk to give the White Sox first and second.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Corey Julks at the plate. Takes a strike. Julks questioning that call by David Rackley. 2 down in the inning. Infielders will try to dive and knock a ball down and keep it on the infield. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Cubs got a break. That ball hit Amaya and then bounced up and hit the batter. Had the batter not been standing right there, that probably would have been a wild pitch.
Yeah, I don't know what that hit. If that hit Amaya in the heel of the glove, but it had hit him and really kind of bounced away. You're right.
2 outs, 2 on. Cubs lead by 2. Swing and a miss. He's throwing some good, sharp breaking balls. Would you like to see another one?
Yeah, absolutely. Here? Same pitch.
The runner's lead. Sheets away from second. Vargas off of first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lopez strikes out Jokes. White Sox do not score. We go to the 9th inning. Cubs 3, White Sox 1. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Nico Horner here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
5 years ago, Noah was driving passengers to the airport and stressing over tips. Now, he builds communication systems for massive aircraft carriers. Learn about careers in maritime manufacturing at careersbuilttolast.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
At Berman Subaru of Chicago, we're more than a car dealership. We're part of the community, and we're proud to support the people who make it great. Berman Subaru is dedicated to supporting partners like the Anti-Cruelty Society, and we're honored to receive the 2024 Subaru Love Promise Community Commitment Award. Subaru and Berman Subaru of Chicago believe in making a positive impact on the communities in which we live and work. That's the Subaru Love Promise. Berman Subaru of Chicago, more than a car dealer.
Lowe's knows the brands that won't let you down on the job. That's why we carry all the top pro brands, like exclusive A.O. Smith hot water heaters, the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer, and the largest in-store retail selection of Klein tools nationwide. The products you're loyal to are all here in the quantities you need. Lowe's knows top brands. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Before the 9th inning commences, 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the Parkins and Spiegel Show. Afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, on Odyssey Sports Station.
It's time for the toast of the game, sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot. And that is Ron Santo's assignment every single game. Steven Wilson, the new right-handed pitcher for the White Sox, facing Cody Bellinger. Cody will take the first pitch in there for a strike. Bellinger with a pair of walks and a single scored the first Cubs run back in the 5th inning. Cubs really did miss him when he was on the injured list. Here's a high fly ball, shallow right. Sosa out, Jokes in. Jokes makes the catch. And that's out number 1.
And all stolen bases tonight by the Cubs are sponsored by Turo Tire. For each stolen base this season, a donation will be made to Keeping Families Covered. And this is 9th inning, hardest working player of the game, sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. What hard workers deserve. And I think we got to go with Justin Steele. How about 6 innings, 6 hits, 8 punch-outs in the game, but he only gave up 1 run, Pat.
He was good again. And again, just not any run support to speak of for him, so he'll have a no decision. But everyone who's been with the team, obviously the manager and the pitching coach and all of the staff, they know how valuable Justin Steele is. Whenever he's been a starter this year, the Cubs have been in virtually every single game.
Yeah, he gives the Cubs a great chance night after night after night. He is absolutely an ace.
Line drive, leaping catch at third by Vargas. And that's out number 2. Steven Wilson, the new right-handed pitcher for the White Sox. 2 down now, and the batter is Nico Horner. Nico started the go-ahead rally in the 8th inning with a base on balls. The clutch hit supplied by Miguel Amaya with a 2-run single. Nico hits a fly ball, shallow right, drifting in, jolts, and he makes a nice sliding catch to end the inning. Time to fasten those seatbelts. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs 3, White Sox 1. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. The Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Tinley Park, your new Amazon Fresh grocery store is opening soon. Join us on August 22nd at 8 a.m. for our grand opening event with exclusive giveaways, fun activities, and more. Amazon Fresh, opening soon on South Harlem Avenue.
There's a mountain range 800 feet below the surface of the Pacific Ocean that submarines must navigate in total darkness. Thousands of miles away, Kendra builds equipment that guides these vessels safely. 2 years ago, she didn't even know there were mountains underwater. Career path upgraded. Learn more about careers in maritime manufacturing at careersbuilttolast.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
As a Ford owner, there are lots of choices of where to get your vehicle serviced. You could choose to go to their place, the local dealership, your place, home, apartment, or condo, your workplace, even your happy place, like your cottage on the lake. Go to your Ford dealer or choose Ford Pickup and Delivery to have your vehicle picked up, serviced, and brought right back. Or choose mobile service, where a technician will come to you and do routine maintenance right on the spot. Both are complimentary and depend on your location. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit FordService.com for important details and limitations.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is, and it's why their Harding Siding is the #1 brand of siding in America. Trusted by homeowners and pros on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, Hardy Fiber Cement Siding gives homes lasting beauty with industry-leading protection against fire, water, pest, and more. James Hardy has everything you need to get started, from free siding samples, personalized 3D home renders, and a contractor network to quote your project. Visit jameshardy.com today to request more information.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Hector Neris ready to go again tonight. He was able to get the save in last night's game, his 16th of the year. And Hector Neris will go to work on the White Sox number 9 hitter, Brooks Baldwin, due to lead off. Then Lenine Sosa and Luis Robert Jr. A fan or two have jumped out onto the field and run around, and now the security force is escorting them away and off the playing field while we all kind of just hang out and wait. Hector Neris ready to go. He's looking out at the perpetrator himself.
I saw the first one run out there. That was in between innings, and now this guy ran out there.
They do have a door out in dead center. They're going to escort him out that door, I believe. Ron, it's time. Let's see. What do we need to do?
I think we need to toast of the game, don't we?
To do. The toast of the game is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot and named by you. So who do you like tonight?
Well, since the hardest working player tonight was Justin Steele, how about the toast of the game ball player tonight? The guy that just drove in 2 big runs for the Cubs. Miguel Amaya with a big 2-run single to give the Cubs the lead in the 8th inning. He'll be our toast to the game ball player by Benny's.
As we said earlier, I think that's the biggest moment that Miguel Amaya has ever experienced in a Cub uniform. And let's see if that two-run single turns out to be the margin of difference. You always are happy you have an insurance run or 2 or 3 when you're playing in this series. Last night, Neris did not have that luxury. And now the fan who jumped out onto the field apparently was injured to the point where he or she needs to be transported off on a little golf cart. Please stay tuned for Zach Zablin's post-game show. That's coming up. We'll have scores and highlights and more.
And more.
And a reminder, no game tomorrow, Cubs and Guardians. Always kind of fun to go back to that ballpark run for obvious reasons. The 2016 World Series still very vivid in my mind and in the minds and hearts of Cub fans everywhere, and I think you feel the same way.
Absolutely. You can't even think of Cleveland and the Cleveland back then Indians and now Guardians without thinking of 2016. It's just, yeah, it is one of those things that you'll never forget.
Just being in the booth, I remember the first time we went back there a few years back, you just kind of found yourself smiling and thinking,
absolutely.
this was it. This is exactly where, the final out took place, where Chris Bryant grabbed the ball near the mound and threw to Anthony Rizzo, and then the massive celebration. And I always remember the great number of Cub fans who somehow, some way got their hands on tickets for Game 7 of the World Series. It seemed like it was almost half of the crowd.
Yeah, I would say, kind of an estimate. When the game was over, there had to be 25,000 Cub fans in that stadium just staying around cheering.
We are ready for the resumption of play. Brooks Baldwin leads it off. Baldwin drove in the only White Sox run with a second inning single. He takes outside from Neris. The next pitch swung on and missed. Wasn't sure if Neris would be ready to go one night after a very difficult save, but here he is.
Wow, we're into that point of the season, right, where everything, it's on the line right now for the Cubs.
Swinging a foul out of play, 1-2 on Baldwin. Baldwin born in Whiteville, North Carolina. Left-handed batting shortstop. Here's the pitch on the way. Ground ball right side, tough play. Backhanded by Bush. Feeds Neris, who drops the ball at first. Great play by Bush. His throw overhanded. Handcuffed Neris, who bobbled it and dropped it, and safe at first is going to be the runner, Baldwin.
Yeah, this throw is right on the money. It hits Neris right in the glove. And I'm telling you what, they may replay this because the ball bounces after he drops it. He picks it up, but I think his toe might still be on the bag. Believe it or not, this is one of those plays that I really think it's that close.
Craig Counsell's going to come out. The umpires have not yet officially said they're going to look at it again. Haven't seen a definitive replay yet. I'm sure we're going to see this several times.
Yeah. And I don't think the umpires are going to allow a replay on this, and I'm just not sure why.
Neris, as he ran over to cover, had the ball pop in and out of his glove. The question is, did he still have a foot on the bag when he grabbed the ball barehanded? It sure looks like he may have. But apparently it's a non-reviewable play. So safe at first is the batter, Baldwin. So immediately the tying run at the plate, and it's Lenin Sosa. 3-1 Cubs, bottom of the ninth. Fly ball, center field. Going back is Crow Armstrong and makes the catch on the track. That ball carried a lot farther than I thought it would. It's out number one, and that was dangerously close to tying this game.
Yeah, they'll just tell you how, we've seen the flags blowing out all series, and that ball goes, all the way to the track. And now the home plate umpire is talking to Larry Vanover again now. I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's fans doing something out in right center field and messing with Pete Crow Armstrong. I'm sure that's what it is. They're looking back in the stands in right center, so I don't know if somebody threw something at Pete or what happened.
Armstrong made the catch, I would say, about 8 feet in front of the wall, slightly to the right of dead center. And the fans are right above you in that spot. And we are ready for the resumption of play. I do see some security people being dispatched to that area, I believe.
A lot going on in this ninth inning, boy, I'll tell you.
Cubs lead 3-1, one away and a man at first. Luis Robert Jr., the dangerous right-handed batter, steps in. And the pitch by Neris, swing and a miss. These two met last night. You might recall Robert made the second out in the ninth inning against Neris. Here's a liner foul down the left field line, so now he's ahead 0-2. What pitch are you on? What's on your mind?
You got two options. You may want to try to elevate a fastball up out of the zone to set up the split finger to try for the strikeout.
Robert is 0 for 4. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. Blocked by Amaya.
Right to the split finger on 0-2.
Very few fans have left. A sellout crowd of 38,341 were here, and most of them still are. Luis Robert waits. The pitch by Neris. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Larry Vanover made the call. It did look like he checked, but it was close. The guys in the middle of the order, it's always toughest, I think, for the umpires. They are so strong, They can bring that bat back in the wink of an eye. The next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Breaking ball got him. Luis Robert Jr. is 0 for 10 in the 2-game series. More importantly, now the White Sox are down to their last chance. But it's the hot Andrew Benintendi who homered twice last night.
Robert with 4 punch-outs in the game tonight.
Sox down to their last chance. The pitch, line foul, right side. Oh and 1 on Andrew Benintendi. Cub fans are standing. Cubs looking for their 4th straight win and their 8th in the last 10. Benintendi check swing foul, and now they're down to their last strike.
Another split finger. This pitch is going to be way down, probably ankle high. Benintendi tries to check it, could not. And just kind of flicks this ball foul.
Now all of the fans are standing on both sides. Sellout crowd on the south side. And the strike 2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Cubs win the ball game. The Cubs sweep the 2-game series. They make it 4 in a row. They stay red hot. That's 8 out of 10. And they finish a perfect 4-0 against the White Sox for the year.
Now some big pitches for Neris. As tough as that save was yesterday, and you load the bases, today did a very good job pitching ahead in the count, on the attack, and does a good job here in the 9th of kind of a low-pressure save for Neris.
Cubs are celebrating the final score. The Chicago Cubs 3 and the Chicago White Sox 1. We'll be back with more in a moment. You are listening to The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
If it happens in a Cubs game, it happens right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
James Hardy knows how important your home is. That's why they made America's #1 brand of siding. Trusted by homeowners in over 10 million homes from coast to coast. Siding from James Hardy gives your home a beautiful